Let me tell you about the lie we've been living in for centuries, millennia. They say peace through domination's justifiable while building up the arsenal. All the sages and wise men of the ages were guiding us to look within ourselves. But the fear so divisive and the lie so enticing, we keep spinning this hell. Shine your light, you are the future being told. Cultivating seeds we've sown. 99 days of peace through unity. 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 99 days of peace through unity.
Yes. Oh, sorry. Yes. 99 Days of Peace for Unity. We started in June in World Unity Week, and it has been an extraordinary journey. It's been an unbelievably beautiful, wildly wonderful communal experience of activations and initiations and new things being born. The Pyramids of Peace were begun construction in Ecuador in World Unity Week and was completed and consecrated in Peace Week. The Philip Helmick Peace Lab was open, was funded, and so much happened during this period of time, and we cut the ribbon on that in Auschwitz in Poland in Peace Week. So much has transpired across these 99 days of peace through unity. It has been an incredible, an exemplary example of what is possible when we come together and collaborate, connect, uplift each other, listen, identify what's ours, and support each other in a communal way of coherence. It's been so beautiful. It's been so beautiful. And now we come together to celebrate these closing gala, and we get to really celebrate together as a community. It's my tremendous honor to introduce our co-host today, Scott Katamas from the Global Peace Tribe in the Awakening World, and Teresa Collins from the Global Coherence Pulse. Welcome, Teresa. Welcome, Scott. We made it.
Good. Here we are.
99.
I love that we started with that thing because it got me going. Like, yeah, 99 days. I mean, I got my engine running for a gala, for a great experience, and so many people are saying towards the end of this week about this feeling of tenderness and joyousness. And I started to think about that today. This is like tender because we're coming home together. And we're really working out what that means, and we're laying it all down, and we're showing up, and there's this tenderness to crack our hearts open and partnering with life. That takes some tenderness. And then this joyousness, and I felt inside myself, if I were really going to embody that, I would probably have a deep sob. And I would very likely end with a childlike abandoned laughter. And so I'm going to go for that. I'm going to dedicate our gala tonight to like really like tenderness and joyousness and the deep sobs of our letting go and our joyous childlike laughter on the other side when we finally get that it's all up to us. And it has been all along. That'll be a good laugh.
Beautifully stated, Teresa. You know, on my end, I really want to acknowledge everybody who's watching. I want to acknowledge all the people in the Zoom room. Let us know where you're coming from geographically. I see already people, friends of mine from Colorado and Ecuador and all over the world. Let us know where you are geographically, because that's always wonderful. And then throughout the next couple of hours, share with us your thoughts, your comments. What stood out for you this week? What stood out for you during the 99 days? What are your inspirations? I really want to hear from the wonderful people in our Zoom room. And also I want to acknowledge everybody watching on Facebook. And thank you, John and Summer Raymer and the Sign Network, getting us out to all the different Facebook groups and pages.
Absolutely, absolutely. I love it. What a beautiful opening. I love that. I love that. And Teresa, that is truly funny. Once we realize it's up to us, there's nothing but to do but to cry and laugh. Absolutely. I mean, it's been so amazing, so much, so rich. We launched the 7 core needs this week. I mean, there's just so substantial and significant and historic things have taken place during this time, and we have come a long way. We have come a long way. So to open us up with gratitude and with prayers of thanksgiving, and also to begin today in a good way, it's a deep honor to have our friend and a true spiritual leader for his people and for humanity, Chief Dwayne Perry of the Ramapo Lenape. Chief Perry, welcome, and we're very honored to have you begin us today in prayer.
Let me thank you and say that I'm more than honored to be any small part of this great undertaking that has literally changed the world. So if I may offer these few words, and am I loud enough, please?
You are good. You're loud enough. We've lost your video temporarily, but we hear your voice.
Okay, that's good. Ilungu Matit Anashik, all my relations. I thank each and every one of you for helping to make these 99 days of peace and organic ingestion of wonder for the human spirit. It is a misnomer to say final day of Peace Week. No, it is but the beginning of the actualization of not just global restorative justice or ecological, but the ecological transmutation of the spiritual understanding, which states we're all beings of equally and intertwined spiritual energies. The stone, the man, the water, the woman, the green, and the air are finally understood to be intertwined collectives, leading us to learn to simply be. We are one, and through the creation of the metaverse, the Bitcoin, and now the universally sensed omnipresence of wonder allowed by Unity Earth and all who helped bring us here, we have created the light needed for all of us to find freedom. Let us now shed the placenta of dangled toxic thought binding us to what was. And now let us emerge free to celebrate this, our society, where perhaps the highest state of status is to simply afford it to those who have been learned to be. In just 99 days, everyone from designing and implementing to simply listening have now created the paradigm which we hoped would come. Now lift up one's head in pride and knowledge. You have birthed a new world. It is no longer a supposition, but now a tangible reality to be grown with each breath, each handshake, and each kindness. Let us pray, let us pray, let us pray, and let us act. Let us pray for the children of the earth who still suffer from the rancors of greed, and for those who are collectively oblivious to the harm they do through their own good fortune. Let us pray for the many who see no wrong in driving the earth's children from their ancestral lands, be it from the steppes the rainforests of the Congo, or the Origines Plains of Australia. Let us pray. Also, for those still in a convoluted delirium of self-imposed importance that regards no other, for it is this, there where the pain is most deeply felt and most deeply troubling. Let us give thanks, for we are the new children of the earth. We are the new children of the earth. We have actualized that we will go forward wielding our swords of kindness and acting each day to lift those we may, as we extend the happiness within us to all those we may touch. Let us pray all may be. So we enjoy this, the closing hours of a magnificent 99 days of warmth you have given us to encompass the earth and to free all of us in the light of freedom, of joy, of comfort, of dignity. We give thanks. Anishi, 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 Ungu Mati, Anashik. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Chief Perry. Gratitude to you. Thank you for the beautiful, prayerful opening as we transition from old ways of being to new ways of becoming. Thank you. Thank you for sharing that for our beautiful opening here, Chief Perry. Really, really acknowledge your presence right across the field of the 99 Days of Peace through Unity and into Peace Week. And most appropriate that you closed us today and opened us up with the prayer. The idea of doing Peace Week 2022 came shortly after what we had done with Peace Weekend in 2021. And it was a conversation actually with Chris Decker and myself. We thought, instead of doing Peace Weekend in September, we could do Peace Week because it was a Wednesday. And that idea, we knew we had to go to one person to talk about that, and that was Avon Madison. And when we went to Avon, Avon immediately received us, Dodd, and she slept on it for a night or two, and then she came back with this tremendous giddiness of excitement. And she was so excited about, of course, Peace Week was being done in the 80s and had been done many times. Shift Network did it in 2011. The idea wasn't new, but there was something about doing it in 2022 which really tickled her fancy. And so we were connected and we were co-creating. And then, of course, Avon left us. And like many, I know she was intimate friends of so many people, left a hole and a missing in a sense, even though she's still with us. But there was a sense of missing her because she's such a big, bright personality. And so the person who really stepped in for me at that time, when I reached out to you, Dot, and you really grabbed that with all of your heart and soul and started the journey together of fundraising and putting out the messages and bringing in partners and building the field and seeding the seeds that then have grown into become Peace Week. So at that deepest level, Dot Maver, this is your co-creation. And so it's most appropriate to begin with your opening presentation today as part of this Gala closing ceremony of the 99 Days of Peace through Unity. Dot Maver.
Oh, I love you, Ben Bowler. Thank you. And thank you, Chief Perry. Our group heart resonates as one with your blessing. And yes, we are indeed wielding swords of kindness. How beautiful. I so appreciate the invitation to reflect on our 99-day journey of peace through unity towards a thriving world for all of life. There have been so many powerful sharings, events, experiences throughout the 99 days and Peace Week. And we've just experienced the September equinox, an exquisite point of balance in the light. And now we are approaching the Libra new moon. And Libra brings peace consciousness, balance, fiery equilibrium. And the keynote of Libra, let choice be made. We're returning to reverence for the Great Mother, who provides shelter and nourishment and nurturing for all of life. And we find ourselves celebrating the reality of living in right relationship, sacred relationship with ourselves, with others, with animals, with nature, with all life. We are invoking the spirit of peace
And this invocation catalyzes a field of activation and inspiration that calls forth every one of us to participate, to step up to meet the crises of this time. And we are at choice as to how we respond. Taking the road of peace is a full commitment which demands of us the willingness to look at where we are and where we are not yet living that vibration. We are learning to create a field of heart coherence, a loving shared space for all of us to discover together how we can cooperate and collaborate in community as we listen deeply to what is emerging and demanding new expression through us for the good of the whole. We are learning to bring ourselves and our group work fully into the whole, which is always greater than the sum of its parts. And every time the challenges have arisen regarding our choice to self-organize around shared purpose, each one of us and as a group are striving to hold ourselves accountable, rise together, and continue to offer our unique contributions on behalf of the common good. The extraordinary invitation of this time is to play our part in a quantum leap in the evolution of consciousness. And we are doing just that as we recognize our interconnectedness with all of life and bring our heart passion into expression, fully supported by everyone. We've asked the question throughout our 99-day journey of Peace Through Unity: how far can we stretch our creative imagination and the power of our collective intention and action as we bring all our resources and focus to bear to address the challenges we face? Well, during Peace Week, as we took an inspiring, solutions-oriented approach to addressing the core needs of humans, animals, and ecosystems, we learned about just how far away we are from peace as our current systems have distanced us from a living system in sync with nature, and how our systems are right now designed to control resources in a way that are presently making it close to impossible to have the core needs met for all of life, as they are fueled by investment and profiting from conflict and disease and devastation. Yet having said that, we learned that the goodwill and solutions are already on the planet, and that the meta-solution is a shift in worldview. The existing paradigm of separateness is being recognized as a great illusion, and we are becoming increasingly aware of our interconnectedness and the need to act accordingly. The new way is being generated, and it begins with each one of us and us as a group. We learned that in order to move forward together, shared purpose, shared intention is key as we each offer our unique contribution on behalf of the common good. And we are realizing that we already know what to do to come into harmony with the planet and all her living systems. When we apply our understanding of our fundamental interconnectedness, we shift to a whole system healing approach that surfaces a spectrum of solutions that are presently not in our vision due to our current symptomatic approach. We see the challenges as diverse expressions of the underlying root causes that can be addressed to bring wellness to the whole system. No issue is separate from another. So now our question to consider is, what comes next? How do we bring our diverse solutions and initiatives into a coherent system? The 7 core needs, our 7 themes of Peace Week, offer a coherent framework to address the foundations of our collective healing in ways that benefit all of life, that activate and accelerate whole system healing. Let's love the roots back to health. Let's create the antidote to fragmentation. Let's act, ACT, all cooperating timelessly. We have the opportunity to tenderly and authentically realize our shared responsibility as a planetary server, an organism made up of so many of us and all of our groups and communities acting in unity on behalf of the good of the whole. Our 99-day journey has opened a vast field of resources and initiatives that offer a springboard for individual and collective action in which each of us will find our unique role. How we will work with that will be the next phase of the journey as we discover our role in this unfolding. So in closing, let's just take a moment and visualize. Let's breathe together. Imagine a world wherein the top priority everywhere is to ensure that the core needs of all humans, animals, and ecosystems are met in order to ensure that all can manifest their full potential. A world in which we make the shift from ownership to wise stewardship. A world in which peace through unity is a reality, and we are fearlessly offering love as the way of service and path of joy. Take just a moment and imagine. How beautiful is that? Count me in.
What's that?
According to the rules, I'm supposed to let the door close.
Oh, okay, yeah, and I have.
That was great. Dot, I love you so much. And Ben, I just have to say, put you and Dot together on the screen. When you said about after Avon left, that then you reached out to Dot, and Dot said that added one more puzzle piece to my experience of Dot from the beginning of getting to know her during World Unity Week, and then feeling her actual standing in the truth of the 99 days and peace through unity. And she has become like this transmission of it, and it's just coming out in ease. And I get it now. It's like Dot on steroids, because Avon's in there softening it up. So no longer is Dot trying to get everybody to rally. She's just saying, we're rallying. It's happening, kids. Step up. I love you, Dot.
Exactly. We're all in the pool together.
Beautiful. So beautiful. Thank you, Dot. Thank you for
Thank you,
everything.
Teresa. Thank you, Ben.
Yeah.
Thank you, Teresa, for witnessing that. It's so important. And yeah, I mean, Dot, thank you. Thank you for that beautiful, beautiful presentation. Those words we'll go back and treasure. Maybe we can get a written, kind of copy of what you've said today, because I think that's a historical piece. And absolutely, as soon as you took this on, the deal was done. And so I think that's a very, very powerful testament to the power of your yes and follow through. So the yes and then the follow through, and that's a lot of emails, a lot of work, and a lot of hustling. I mean, it is a bit of hustling, but it's for a noble and incredible cause. So
For
beautiful.
all of us. And group work is a great joy. So grateful to be in community with everyone.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Dot. You referenced the 7 core needs, and we're going to go in a moment. I am actually going to play the 7 core needs video, because that issue has, as far as I am holding, has been dealt with. So I'm going to play it. I'm going to bring it up now, and this will give you a beautiful kind of introduction to the 7 core needs, and also after that we're going to hear from Shelley Ostroff. Ooh. So the 7 core needs were launched in Peace Week, and it absolutely was incredible architecture and structure. And so Shelley, let's go to you. We'll come back to the Pakistan fundraising and Kristen after that. So Shelley, let's go to you. Welcome.
Well, thank you so much for the opportunity to share here and for the opportunity to launch a 7 Core Needs initiative during Peace Week. It's an ongoing initiative which we hope will inspire people to join us as we continue to explore how we can co-create a world where the core needs of all humans and animals are met in the shortest possible time. So building on what Dot has shared, the 7 Core Needs initiative invites us to imagine what we can accomplish if we as one humanity focus our collective attention, creativity, and resources on ensuring the core needs of all humans and animals are met. What would such a world look like? What would it feel like? The 7 core needs are offered as a unifying organizing principle that people from all cultures and ideologies can relate to, benefit from, and collaborate around. Prioritizing these core needs helps us to extricate ourselves from the noise and the fragmentation, the confusion and corruption of our current systems by focusing on that which is essential and nourishing to all. They help us to learn about and understand the consequences of our behaviors on our interconnected living system and recognize our personal and collective accountability for our impact on the health of the whole. So from the local to the global, the core needs framework inspires us to new ways of organizing as one humanity for the benefit of all of life. For instance, to effectively ensure that our core needs are met means that we must shift from globalized and centralized supply chains that are ultimately unsustainable and fragile to local and bioregional ways for becoming self-sufficient in terms of our core needs, such as vitalizing food, healthy water, and clean and regenerative energy production and distribution. Already exists a growing worldwide localization movement that encompasses countless initiatives and practices, offering practical examples for how we can meet our core needs at the local level, and these can be scaled exponentially. It's time for us, we the people, to rise and bring the strategy and the solutions to the forefront of our public discourse, awareness, and action. Another example for how the core needs can inspire us is that on this 40th anniversary of the UN International Peace Day Initiative, it feels, and of course the upcoming new moon in Libra, it feels timely to see a vision for a truly functional and participatory global organization that works uncompromisingly for the good of the whole. Recently, the United Nations called on citizens around the world to give advice on how the UN could serve peace, people and planet more effectively. Today, there are thousands of dedicated individuals working with the UN, managing a vast infrastructure and database that would be invaluable for community-led, coordinated action. Imagine for a moment if the UN, as we know today, with all its resources, was repurposed to become a united peoples forum, mandated with ensuring the core needs of all humans, animals, and all of life were met. Imagine if political and economic agendas were uncompromisingly removed from the equation, and the United Peoples Forum was guided by those grassroots leaders who are recognized to be stewarding the most effective whole system solutions with wisdom, skills, and integrity. Imagine if grassroots organizations, communities, and municipalities were supported to self-organize in decentralized ways at bioregional levels, guided by a global network of dedicated wisdom keepers and solutionaries, collaborating effectively around strategies for meeting the core needs of all. We can do this. Would such a reality not be the most compassionate and wise evolution of a global organization that is mandated with ensuring world peace? maybe it's time for a global discussion about bringing such a vision to life. May the core needs inspire our collective courage, creativity, and commitment as we continue our journey of peace through unity towards a thriving world for all of life. And Jan and I would like to take this opportunity to extend an invitation to all to the 6th annual Global 7 Days of Rest event from the 1st to the 7th of January 2023, which is precisely 99 days from today. Each year, the event is dedicated to a different theme, which seeds the new year with a field of intention and inspiration for the healing and replenishment of the planet and all its inhabitants. And we are delighted to publicly share the theme of the upcoming event for the first time, which was received this week during Peace Week. And the theme for the upcoming event, which is beautifully congruent with the 7 core needs, is 7 days of rest and return to essence. We hope that you will join us there. And so with deepest gratitude for the opportunity to presence the Core Needs Initiative during Peace Week and in the ceremony, and for the exquisite co-creative field of love and devotion and service that has manifested over the last 99 days. It's an honor and a joy to be part of this community. Thank you.
Thank you, Shelley and Jan. I just wanted to just also reflect back. If you could bring Jan on too. I don't know if Jan, if you'd be willing to come on camera, but like Dot and like Donalia and so many others, there's been a quality that you brought to the field in the graphics, in the consistency, in the calling us all gently into this conversation around the core needs. And I got to attend the fireside chats in the morning with Dot and the two of you. And I gained so much from those in my embodiment of my partnership with each of those needs, a really clear understanding of what's in the way without having to take it on so that it drug me down, but that it brought me more aware. And then some real solutions, Jan, that you offered. And I don't know if people saw in the chat, but there's resource guides that he created for everything. Beautifully done, beautifully modeled. And I hope that we all continue to participate. And that's how we create movements, not like with that energy of feeling like it has to happen, but all of a sudden we realize that it's been accepted and it's occurring. And I feel that in both of you so much. So thank you from everyone. Thank you. Beautifully done. Yeah.
Thank you, Teresa. Such a pleasure. Such a pleasure.
Thank you, brother. Thank you. Thank you, Shelley. Well done. Well done. And thank you for being with us live. It's 2:30 in the morning in Jerusalem, Israel. So we really appreciate you both being here with us live. And thank you for all the joy and wonderful panel plenaries that were put together. There's a lot to reflect on here, a lot to celebrate, and we're going to be going back to that content. Those extraordinary change makers around the world that are doing it, and the plenaries, the panel plenaries devoted to the 7 core needs were exquisite. So well done for all of that co-creation. Speaking of core needs, one of the things that came up as we were preparing, of course, was the devastating floods in Pakistan. And many of us were touched and moved by the images and the videos coming out of there. And we do have friends on the ground who run interfaith and humanitarian projects who were on the front line of wanting to offer aid. And Scott Katamas, the community, the whole community of all of us together, the Global Peace Tribe, came together in partnership with Purpose Earth. And I'm delighted to say that we have transferred directly into Noreen and Eunice and Ramail Roy, $5,000 that's going to go directly, directly to supporting young women, pregnant mothers in particular, and giving them their core, is essentially food, blankets, and shelter. So incredible. Thank you, Scott, for the heart that you've shown in helping to drive that fundraising campaign.
The Global Peace Tribe began as a fundraiser way back when the pandemic started in April of 2020. We did a fundraising event on a Saturday night, and that is what grew into Saturday Night Alive, grew into the Global Peace Tribe. So this community has a long history of raising money together. And we also have a long history of wonderful artists like Kristen Hoffman adding her voice to inspire us. And so as Kristen shares this brand new song that she just wrote for this new challenge that humanity is facing in Pakistan, I want to really invite everybody, please go donate. And we put the link in, go to paypal@unity.earth. Please, let's continue keeping those donations coming in while we listen to this incredible song. And I know that everyone loves Kristen Hoffman. She is absolutely the angel, the voice of Peace Week and Global Peace Tribe. And so it's always wonderful to have Kristen with a brand new musical number. Kristen, this is exciting.
Oh, thank you, Scott. It's always such a blessing to be with you and an honor to be a part of Peace Week with so many incredible beings. And before this, we were tuning into nature elders in the land. And just during this week, we really give thanks and we come together in ways that are so important. And this being one of them, we have this opportunity to really support through people who we know dearly who are on the ground in Pakistan. And we have this chance to really give from our hearts, and our gifts will make a real difference during this time as many, many, many people are impacted by the floods that are going on there. So I was very moved this week, and I was meditating the other day and praying, and this song prayer just came through, and I wrote it down, and I stayed up really late last night recording it until about 3:30 in the morning so that I could have it for you guys today. And Scott's going to paste the link in the chat, and you just type in 0 if you want to have it a download for free, and if you want to donate, I'll also be contributing anything that comes in from the Bandcamp page in donation for a song download to this same fund through Unity Earth. So thank you. I accidentally pasted the lyrics before, so some people got a sneak peek, and I'm going to paste them again because really I wrote this piece as a song that we can all tap into and sing together. So please sing along with me in your heart. I want to thank Ishrat Ansari, who is the owner of a special music room that I played hundreds of times. And he helped me with the Urdu during the chorus. And just to let you know, Pakistanio, it's like calling the countrymen Pakistanis. It's saying Pakistanis, we are together. And that the lyric says hum, so you can say hum like I'm humming. Hum, sat, it's like a muted T, sat, ha. It's like saying hand, but without the nd. Hum, sat, ha. So when I get there, please, in your own room, sing along. Pakistanis, we are together. It's an honor to present this new song, our prayer for Pakistan. Deep healing to the heart of Pakistan, we lift you up out of the depths of struggle. And as the waters subside, with tears in our eyes, we walk hand in hand in our prayer for Pakistan. Pakistani, hum saath hain. Pakistani,
strength of Pakistan. We lift you up on the wings of resilience. And as the waters subside, with tears in our eyes, we walk hand in hand in our prayer for Pakistan. Pakistani, oh, hum saath hain. Pakistani, oh, hum saath hain. Deep healing to the soul of Pakistan. We lift you up, our loving oneness singing. And as the waters subside, with tears in our eyes, we walk hand in hand in our prayer for Pakistan. We walk hand in hand in our prayer for Pakistan. Pakistani, oh, hum saath hain. Sending all that light and love and prayerful intention, lifting up the people of Pakistan, lifting up that energy, lifting up our prayers. May they find their way to whomever needs them in this moment, to the land, to the restoration, to the strength, to the courage. May all core needs be met. Infinite gratitude. Infinite gratitude.
You know what I loved in that moment as you were saying that, Kristen, and we were just sending it to all the places that it needed, I also thought about where the money went. Like, we made direct donations. Right now we're making direct donations to people that are taking care of the mothers and the babies and the children. So right now, as we're sending this love out, and throughout the evening, we can feel like what we did by giving was to wrap our loving arms around the mamas and the babies. Yeah, so good.
Indeed.
So good. We can make such a difference when we're connected to what it is that we're doing, and that we can add our energy to it. So thank you. That was so beautiful. Oh my God.
Thank you. I also want to let everyone know, if you're doing anything to support Pakistan and you'd like to use that song, please, you have my blessing. In any way it can support you.
What an amazing
Let's
song,
take
Kristen. Go ahead, Scott. Jump in there.
I was just said, let's just take a minute to really acknowledge she's up till 3:00 in the morning. And Kristen, you are such a model of generosity. Thank you. You are so generous with your time, with your talent. So I just want us all to take a minute to thank Kristen Hoffman for being exactly who you are. Thank you.
Thank
you. Love you.
Thank you, Kristen. We are so blessed, and we should never take for granted just how blessed we are to have your genius presenting music and the songs you create and the original music that you come up with. It's just absolutely amazing. Thank you for that prayer for Pakistan, and we know that that's going out and being felt. And that song, the link is a little bit up in the chat. We'll post it again, Scott, just so everybody can grab that Bandcamp. And you can make a contribution. Everything you give for that will go directly to relief efforts, of course, in Pakistan. So, Kristen, you're amazing. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Bless you, sister. We have, I believe we have Darana in the room. We're just going to mix up the order a little bit. We're going to come back to Danalia. But I do think we have our Spanish speaking community here. And I want just to, if you maybe can make yourself known, Darana, here so that we can spotlight you and bring you up. I know that you've stepped out of a circle meeting with elders down there to be with us. And I'm just scaling here, looking for you. I know we're all looking for you.
Hey, Ben, we are in
Yes.
Gaia Union here with Felipe and all the family.
Hello. Wow. Wow. Hello, Darana. My goodness, they're all there. Look at that. And can I just say look at that, the babies and the mothers and the sisters and all there together, the sons. How beautiful, Darana. Thank you for bringing the whole family. Great to see you.
Yes, same here. We're really honored and grateful for all this Peace Week that has been amazing, just bringing so much awareness and inspiration for these seeds that are why we are here, just bringing heaven on earth. So we have a song, really special song. We're here in a gathering. It's a really important gathering for all of us. It's about the importance of the seeds. It's gonna be a seed exchange. It's in the second biggest lake of South America, the biggest in Colombia, the Tota Lake. So that is the energy that we want to send to all of you, the energy of this sacred lake. And this song that we're gonna share comes from the talking circles that we had with our elders of Sierra Nevada, Santa Marta, who are beautifully inviting us to unity, to be together. They teach us like that we are all like each one of us is like a finger in the hand, but when we come together, we become stronger. So this song talks about our connection with Mother Nature and the 5 elements and how we are those pillars for her growth and for all of us to be together in this earth in harmony with all living beings, with all the elements, just like the 7 essential fundamental needs have been showing us. So ready? We're gonna do a chorus together. En una tarde lluviosa, donde el fuego armonizaba, se sentía la palabra. Palabra que va al origen y que viene desde el centro, lengua pura de la madre. Y Kwashenduna, llamado de la madre a la unidad, a la unidad, a la unidad. Y Kwashenduna, sembrando fortaleza y voluntad. Así como tú ves, ya es luz también. Somos fuego, fuego, fuego. Así como tú sientes, ella es fiel también. Somos tierra, tierra, tierra. Así como gustas muchos sabores, ella se nutre de tus emociones. Somos agua, agua. Así como hueles lindas flores, ella respira de tus humores. Somos aire, aire, aire. Así como escuchas a la mar resonar, así mismo escucha ella tu pensar. Somos sonido, somos amor. Y Kwashenduna, llamado de la madre a la unidad, a la unidad, a la unidad. Y Luna, sembrando fortaleza y voluntad. Siéntela, ella es tu madre, te alimenta, te sustenta. Agradezcamos con amor, cada segundo es una bendición. Une tu voz a mi voz y cantemos en unión. Duna, llamado de la madre a la unidad. A la unidad, Duna, sembrando fortaleza y voluntad. Duna.
Oh, oh, wow.
Oh my gosh. Oh my God, that was so amazing.
Yay! Thank you, thank you, thank you. Oh my goodness, what a beautiful moment. Thank you, Dar Anna, and thank you for all the incredible translation and the connection through you and Felipe and the other translators. This connecting through across communities of different languages is a very important step as we come together to co-create, as you call it, heaven on earth. And what a beautiful, beautiful moment to see the babies and the children and the mothers and all of you there. Thank you. Thank you for being with us. And we go forward together in a good way. Please give our blessings and regards to the elders and thank them for their contributions as well. And deep, deep gratitude to the lake there in Colombia and the sacred waters. And on we go. Blessings, sister. Blessings. Thank you so much.
Oh my God. You know, Ben, that was
Hey!
like
That was
Ben,
Philip
that was
Teresa.
like the tenderness that Kristen brought us to with that song, and then the childlike joy. It was the full spectrum just between those two things. It was amazing.
Brother Felipe, give us a quick peace sign. And thank you, brother. Congratulations. There he is. There he is. There he is. Yay! Well done, Felipe. Thank you. Thank you, brother. More to come. More to come. This is just the beginning. Much love. Much love. Muchas gracias. On we go. Oh, isn't it wonderful? That's so true, Teresa. The tenderness and the sweetness
Oh
and
my
the beauty and the
God.
goodness and the grace as Shri and Kira come in to join our circle. Well, let's go to Danilia for a few moments, and we do have some time. You know what is time, but Danilia, thank you. We're going to bring you up for a sharing. And we just completed the gratitude ceremony just in the last 60 minutes or so. It was so beautiful, so touching. We started this on day 1 or even before day 1. And here we are on day 99. And congratulations to you and thank you for bringing a deeper connection with the nature elders into the field.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Ben. And greetings and blessings to everyone here. It's been a real honor to host the listening field in order to support the primary questions with the eco-governance framework. And so what I'd like to share with you is just the tiniest little peek. We have like over 80 graphic memes between what we received daily in World Unity Week and Peace Week. And I had to get it down to 10. 10 for the 4 minutes. So this is really just a taste, and I'd like to acknowledge Hilary Van Welter, who is actually partnering with me monthly, and we're unpacking some of these because we're finding that there's just layers and layers in these very simple messages that speak to us in different ways as we evolve and change. So the listening field, just to give you some idea, I'll just go back to that, is that these messages you're about to see were received by individuals. And while they were in HeartLink with a nature elder or with the Foundation of Life, they put them in the chat and then I curate them. So that's what you're going to be seeing here. So I want to just share that one of the things that we discovered, and it was spoken to lots through the 7 core needs, is that, there's just really something in us us humans that has felt like we had to better or beat Mother Nature, that was embedded in us sort of generationally. And so what we're of course waking up to is that what happens when we actually listen. And this is what these messages say, is this is what happens when we listen, when we partner, and we're really just at the beginning of this. So living soil, how can we organize? And this was a big surprise. Grief. Grief, grief. Flow your grief, nourish me with your tears. There was this profound invitation from the soil to actually let our actual physical tears flow in, and that it nourishes the soil. Big surprise. Okay, we know we need to feel that. Healthy water. How do we organize ourselves to ensure that all humans and animals have guaranteed access to you? Ah,
We saw that it was stronger. Yeah.
singing,
Until you saw that it was what?
singing in the shower blesses your body, blesses the sacred water that cleanses you, and blesses everyone that water touches after you. So sing in the shower, everyone. We do it anyways, now with more gusto. Water. You are how water stands up. You are the way water walks around. Let the waters within you lead. Listen for the pattern. Vitalizing food. How can we organize ourselves to ensure that everyone is guaranteed access to you? Come into relationship with me. It is now the responsibility of each person to grow some of their own food. Invitation extended. I accept. Fresh, clean air. How can we organize ourselves to ensure that all humans and animals have guaranteed access to you? Do big things in small ways. A forest stands because of the trees. A river runs because many drops move together. Fresh, clean air. What you do to me, you do to yourself. What you do to your brothers and sisters, you do to me. Physical and emotional safety. How can we organize ourselves? Make physical and emotional safety an offering from your own soul. Comfortable shelter. How can we organize ourselves to ensure that all humans and animals have guaranteed access to you? The old tree says, I am dying and I give shelter. So start with yourselves. Please give shelter to whoever you can, even though it might change something in you. Just do it. Tree elder grandmother Tatu, eucalyptus. Reevaluate what constitutes comfortable shelters for you. Stop building fortresses and build simple, comfortable shelters that flow with us. Manifesting our unique potential. How can we organize ourselves? You must learn to be like a forest and recognize the depth of your interconnectedness. Know your ability to manifest relies on the whole. You cannot do this alone. Mm-hmm. And that's it. So yes, thank you to each and every human who showed up, to each listening field and invited in their many elders, because we did this together. And I'm deeply grateful and look forward to how the listening field and other communion circles like this can be brought into more mainstream situations. And so it's an exciting launch for the listening field as well as the 7 Core Needs. Thank you.
Thank you, Danalia. Thank you. Beautiful. Learn to be like a forest. I think that's something that we're taking, we're getting better, and we are becoming the mainstream. Let's look at it like that. Let's become that whatever that may mean. But that was beautiful, Danalia. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for everything you've given. I do want to acknowledge, before they leave us to go to sleep, Laura Rose and Emmanuel Kunzelman, because without our funders, we can't do this. I mean, this is obviously given free to the world, but there's a team, which we're an incredible team that put this on, and there are costs. And without sponsors, Scott, as you well know, we can't go forward. So deep gratitude to Laura and Emmanuel, who were our most recent Unity Earth champions, awarded in World Unity Week last year. And thank you, and thank you. We will play the Purpose Earth Champions video. Thank you that Purpose Earth could empower the relief efforts for Pakistan. That really made a huge difference to be able to raise $5,000 in a short amount of time. But thank you, Emmanuel and Laura, for everything you've given, not just financially, but your hearts and souls and wisdom to us. So please go sleep well, sleep with the angels, gratitude and love from all of us. Okay, we're going to go into a beautiful ceremony now live with Reverend Becky, Scott. We're going to go back to back reverends. We're going to go Reverend Becky and then Reverend Beckwith. But we're going to start with Reverend Becky because she's in place with something very, very special. Of course, Becky co-hosted the opening ceremony to Peace Week. And we began with a water ceremonial beginning. So Becky, Reverend Becky, over to you. She is. Well, let's get you unmuted. 1 second. 1 second.
She has to unmute herself.
Oh, there she's good.
Thank you.
She's good.
Thank you so much, Ben. Thank you so much, everyone. Oh, I am so humbled and honored to be coming to you from the sacred land of Sedona in Arizona. And I flew from North Carolina this morning and we drove here. And as we were driving up to all of these sacred formations of Mother Earth, I was brought to tears because what I saw before me was diversity and unity, unity and diversity. As I witnessed the clouds going over and the colors of the rocks changing, as you see behind me, and the different shapes of the rocks, each of them standing strong in their own fortitude and their own presence, not doing anything to diminish the other formations. And so I was deeply moved, and I am so honored to be here honoring this sacred land. I had asked you during the opening ceremony to have water nearby you, and we're going to do something with it. So if you didn't have water nearby you, you can go and get some tap water right now, and we can honor. We'll do that in a minute. But first, I want to acknowledge my ancestors of England and honor my ancestral lineage. And also, I want to honor my progeny, the future generations that will come through me and through all of us. I want to honor the ancestors of this land, the Hopi Tutsqua, the Pueblos, the Apache, the Sinagua, the Nadinini, the Hohokam, and I'm sure so many others that I do not know the names, but I know I feel their sacred presence, and I mean no disrespect by not speaking their names. Let their names be standing in the rocks, let them come through the rocks. So I invite us all to take a breath as I sing this song. Return again, return again, return to the land of your soul. Return again, return again, return to the land of your soul. Return to what you are, return to who you are, return to where you are, born and reborn again. Now, to give gratitude to the land, I give sacred, blessed cornmeal. It was blessed by some grandmother friends, some beloveds. I give this with so much gratitude to the ancestors of this land, to the plant spirits, the tree spirits, the animal spirits, the rock spirits. And now I invite you to bring your water forth. And I'm going to share. This water in here is from the east coast of Turtle Island and from the west coast of Turtle Island. And to it, I am so grateful to be able to add water from the Rainbow River in Florida, sacred water from the Nile, water from the Chalice Well in Glastonbury Tor, water from the Waialua River in Kauai, water from the Gulf of Mexico, water from the Federation of Damanhur, the Jordan River, from Lake Nasser, Egypt, water from the Sea of Galilee, water from the Dead Sea, and water from the New River in Virginia. So I add this sacred water. Give so much gratitude to Bob and Noel for that gift of the water that they have carried and gathered with such reverence. And now I invite you to take your fingers and place your fingers in the water. Our water, we are all connected through water. We ask for the forgiveness of the water. We send so much gratitude to the water. We send love. We know we need water. We want the water to heal. We want to do things to heal the water. We want to do things to honor the water of all of us. So when you're ready, you take the water out, your fingers out, and you're going to pat yourself down with the water. You don't have to do very much, but just bless yourself with the water. And then if you're outside, you can give the water back to Mother Earth in gratitude and love. If you're not outside right now, you can do it after our offering today. I send so much love to each and every one of us who made Peace Week and the 99 Days such an awe-inspiring news story event. I'm so grateful that you are my friends, my beloved friends, my beloved community, and just send so much love to each and every one of us. May peace prevail on earth.
May peace prevail on earth.
It's such an honor, Becky, to witness you unfolding into the glorious goddess that you are, and I know there's so much that you have to share, and I want to dig out the link that we have for your Patreon account that you offered up yesterday. So powerful. Thank you for inviting us to support you. And there are these moments where we are like the chrysalis is breaking open and we can't do anything except for really be in the process. And you are in one of those moments. And the fact that you showed up for World Unity Week, you did all of you did, and then you brought us to tears right now with how precious and on the edge you are of letting go into the wholeness of who you are. And I just want to say thank you for letting us witness that. And let's get that link in the chat. And when people like Becky and Kristen and others, just a little bit supports them to keep opening to this glory that they are. So thank you, Becky. Thank you.
What a beautiful moment. What a beautiful moment, Teresa. And look at this, Becky, thank you. You are so amazing. You've given so much over this journey, these 99 days of Peace Week and everything leading up to this. And it's incredible to see what a landscape. Look at that beautiful sunset over the land. That is just immaculate. Oh, wow. Hallelujah. That is beautiful. Thank you, Reverend Becky. And you are beautiful. Thank you, Reverend Becky, for being with us, and safe journeys, blessings. And thank you for that beautiful closing of the water circle. Amazing, amazing. Much love, much love. We needed that. Well, Scott, we are blessed with extraordinary individuals and souls, really, that are on the planet at this time, and we just had that incredible offering from Becky, who's on the road and has stopped to bless us all with that. And you've got someone very special to introduce as well.
Yeah, well, first of all, thank you, Becky. That was gorgeous. And I hope that Teresa can find the Patreon link. If not, I'll go through and I'll find it and pop it in. And let's support Becky, Kristen, Summer Joy through Patreon. I do, and I know many of you do. And if you're not supporting these people through Patreon, it's a wonderful way to do that. Well, when Teresa and Ben and I were first talking about putting all of this together, we wanted to have somebody very special to give kind of a keynote. And I suggested Reverend Michael Beckwith. And they said, yeah, let's do that. Michael doesn't do anything on Saturdays other than prepare for his Sunday sermon. He does 3 services every Sunday. Most of you probably know Reverend Michael Beckwith. He's the founder of the Agape International Spiritual Center. But he did agree to do a pre-record specifically on this topic of how do we create peace through unity. And so I'm really excited that we get to share this. And so here is Reverend Michael Beckwith, specifically for tonight, sharing his amazing wisdom. So enjoy. Thank you so much, Michael, for being with us. And this is it. This is the culmination of 99 days of unity that then led into the 11 days of global unity and Peace Week. And this is kind of our final culmination. And would love to hear your thoughts on how do we move forward? How can we truly create peace through unity?
Well, first of all, we have to have an understanding, what those words even mean. When we come to an understanding what unity means is that we are inextricably bound to the universal presence. We're one with the presence in a very way that a wave is at one with the ocean, ocean's waves, sun beams. And this universal presence emanates as each and every one of us as distinct units of infinite potential. The issue is that people are sleepwalking in a sense of separation from the isness and the nowness and the foreverness of life itself. And in that sleepwalking state, there is a sense of scarcity, a sense of lack, which produces immature competition. It produces jealousy, envy, malice, greed. These tendencies emanate from a very limited perception that limits the dynamic of peace. Now, peace, as I describe it, is the dynamic of harmonizing good. Peace is not merely the absence of conflict or intensity or negativity. Peace is a quality all of its own. It's a quality just like love. It's a quality like beauty and joy and harmony. It's a very real quality that's intrinsic to us. But when our perception is limited, we block our own peace. And so what happens is when individuals don't understand their unity, when they've fallen asleep to it, they move into the world with a limited perception. And from that limited perception, they produce very limiting experiences. And so we look at the world, and the world is the condensation of previously held beliefs, points of views, opinions. So when we look at the world of discord and tumult and worry and doubt and hate and wars and rumors of wars, that's the condensation of a perception of separation. So in order to have peace, we have to come back to a sense of unity, which we get either through pain or through insight. If an individual or humanity has enough pain, then they become available to more insight, more compassion, more love, but we don't have to grow that way anymore. Now the universal teachings have been centralized all around the globe. They're not, they used to be, hundreds of years ago, it used to be centralized around in singular figures, Kuan Yin, Jesus, Buddha, Zoroaster, individuals around the world, and they had cultural implications to it. Well, today, these teachings are everywhere. And they're not centralized around an individual. They are everywhere in our society. 40 years ago, these teachings were on the peripheral. Today, they're central. Everyone knows about the law of attraction. Everyone knows that your thoughts can either make you sick or make you healthy. Everyone knows that your perception produces experience. We all know this. So now that we all know this, now we have to all practice it at some level, which is what we're doing here on this particular conversation, and everything you have brought together over the past weeks and months is to go to a deep level of practice where our attention is so focused on unity and oneness, and our attention is so focused on being avenues of peace that we actually create a field rich for a quantum leap into an awareness of what's possible. Now, a quantum leap is going from one level of a consciousness to another without a ladder. It's a vibrational leap based on intention and based on availability. Now, going back to a previous point, there's a difference between the planet and the world. They're not synonymous. The planet is Mother Earth, Gaia. Mainly water, 3/4 water, mountain ranges, rainforests, oceans, rivers, lakes. You know, it's a living entity that's conscious. That's Mother Earth. And we're all simultaneously earthlings and spiritual beings having an earthling incarnation. But then there is the world. The world is not the earth. The world is a collection of agreements and points of view and opinions that have condensed themselves. So people can be any place on the planet, but be in different worlds based on their perception. So what we're doing here is trying to elevate people's awareness to come into a different world of view. And the real world view is abundance, is enough for everyone. The world view is love, a total cascading of the presence, totally loving without any sense of withhold. We're elevating people to a world of view of generosity, compassion, peace that emanates from the depth of our being. And when we share in that world and give from that world and generate from that world, we lose nothing, but we gain everything. And so we're inviting people to come out of the myopic point of view of scarcity, lack, limitation, separation, and come into the real world in which abundance and the beauty and life itself is totally cascading out of no thing to become the very somethingness of our existence. And so when you ask, how can we bring peace from a sense of unity? The consciousness of unity is extremely important. And today, metaphysicians and mystics have been teaching this for hundreds of years. Today we have allies in science. The mystical marriage has happened again. What was divorced in the Middle Ages, now the marriage has happened again. You have evolutionary biologists, you have quantum physicists, you have epigenetics, you have individuals that are now basically sharing scientifically what metaphysicians and mystics have been teaching for years, that we are inexplicably bound, integrated in the fundamental reality of oneness. There is no separation. It's an illusion. And so so through affirmative prayer and meditation and life visioning and sacred conversation and high fellowship, we break the limited perception, embody insight, and we begin to live in the world of unity right now. And it's not an escape. It's not pretending that bad things aren't happening on the planet. It's not burying our head in the soil and pretending that there aren't issues. It's the exact opposite. When we are fueled by a sense of oneness and unity and peace, we go into the world, but we are of a higher frequency. We're actually bringing into the world love and peace and harmony and joy. We're actually bringing compassion, kindness. We're bringing it into the world so that we become vibrational clearinghouses. We actually become clearinghouses that can basically transmute the thought forms emanating from the separation, transmute them to a higher frequency, and we literally become untouched by the lower frequencies because we're vibrating too high to be touched. However, we can have an impact on the lower frequencies. So understand what I just said. The lower frequencies don't have an impact on us, but because of our higher frequencies, we have an impact on the lower frequencies, which begin to speed up and vibrate at a higher level. So we can literally change the world through having a real sense of oneness and an intention to be a vehicle of peace, not pretending that destructive things aren't happening, not pretending that hate isn't in the world, but coming to an understanding that love is more powerful than hate, that peace is more powerful than discord, that joy and beauty are more powerful than seeming ugliness. They vibrate at a higher frequency, so they're more potent, more powerful. So our role is to absolutely be committed to having that active within us, becoming less reactive in the world, but more responsive from the frequency of unity and peace. And as that happens, we really become the harbingers and the ambassadors of a world that's trying to be birthed, whether we call it the beloved community, whether we call it Shangri-La, whether we call it paradise, whether we call it heaven on earth. It's not wishful thinking. It's a vibratory frequency of unity and peace that is embodied. Now, I use the word embodied on purpose because oftentimes, over the past 30, 40 years, people have been really interested in like channeled material coming through people and channeling this great universal truths. But today, we're to embody those teachings, not just rely on some channel, but to actually do our work so well that we actually become a living embodiment of peace and of love and compassion and generosity. Because when a human being, somebody who's in the body, embodies the truth that makes us free, it is way more potent than a channeler just channeling the information and not embodying it. But as we as human beings become dedicated to embodying it, there's a quickening of that quantum state that brings heaven to earth, not in some by and by, but through us as a living being, you see. And that's what we're called to do. That's our challenge today. That's basically what we are about, to take this incarnation and infuse it with such light and luminosity that the world changes from a glory to a greater glory, to better and better and better expressions of the love and the peace and the harmony that's intrinsic to us all. Yeah.
He shared much more, but we have to keep it bright. But one thing he shared a little bit later on in the interview that I just want to pass on is for all of us to just see the divinity in everyone we come into contact with, at the market, at the gas station, our family, our friends, to notice when we might be slipping into judgmental thinking, take a breath, and instead choose to see the divinity in all. And that is how we create peace, through unity. I'm wondering if Teresa or Ben have anything they want to add. You're muted, by the way, Teresa.
I love Michael. I haven't seen him in a long time. I mean, like you, Scott, like we've known from like early agape days, which is so beautiful, and watching how communities have been empowered by his own empowerment of himself. Michael over the years has really modeled that for his community, and that was a really beautiful sharing. Thanks for getting that. You pulled
Absolutely.
the best out of people, Scott, I think, with your presence. You really do.
Thank
You really
you.
do. Yeah.
Appreciate that.
Yeah, that was awesome, Scott. Well done. Michael is just one of the great spiritual leaders and teachers. You know, one of the many, but certainly one of the eminent ones. And it was wonderful to have him present and answer the question about peace through unity and give us his deep insights into that. So thank you, brother.
And there it is. Like we just keep raising our vibration, keep raising our vibration. You know, it's not what we're doing; it's what we're being. And
Yes,
that's an important reminder.
yes, and raising our vibration is a great segue down to Ecuador. Oh my goodness, the consecration of the Pyramid of Peace. Wow, when it was happening, I mean, we were watching it, John, and so many of us were watching it, just like feeling the joy of this incredible consecration of event of the Pyramid of Peace from Sri and Kira. And all the community that had gathered, the indigenous tribes, the music, the ceremony, the prayer. It was one of the most extraordinary things to ever have witnessed, and to have it live come through. You know, when we realized that that Pyramid of Peace, Sri and Kira, was consecrated, you know, in Peace Week, but it was begun around the solstice in World Unity Week. What an incredible accomplishment. And you could feel the intentions and the energy and this great work. Congratulations, Sri and Kira, for an extraordinary manifestation. And thank you for being with us here in Peace Week as we close today, closing Peace Week, closing 99 days of peace through unity, and this exquisite, deep, collaborative, creative, participatory experience that we've had, and for all of your gifts across the field. We're very honored and delighted to have you here with us. Well, let's get you unmuted. Sorry.
Get unmuted here.
Okay,
There it is.
there we are. Now we're unmuted. And thank you, Ben. You know, first and foremost, we just want to say thank you to everyone.
Yes.
This 99 days has been an extraordinary journey of emergent presence of consciousness. You know, as you bring your hands to your heart right now, as you take in a beautiful, deep, nourishing breath, as you let it out with a smile, in this one moment, may your heart know you have just taken one more breath than you have ever taken before. The consciousness in this very moment has expanded in one more way, in one more experience of blessing of co-creation than we have ever done. And as Ben was just sharing, and as all of you were so beautiful to share with us, yes, we were so blessed to really call forward an initiative that is eco-governance in action. Sri and I are very much the feet on the street to say, let's show that this is happening right now. That when we can collectively hold our consciousness outside of that which seeks to distract us, we are able to transcend the law of attraction, which is so limited into this earthly plane, and immediately call forward the law of instantaneous manifestation through the embodied presence of the transcendent being. And in that way, we want to invite you, I hope we have shared capacity. We put together a 2-minute film of a miracle. And that miracle happened during these 99 days, because you're absolutely right. This miracle is accomplished, but it's been 20 years in the making. My beautiful husband has been building and constructing pyramids for 20 years. It's been 20 years of consciousness rising to the receptivity and the remembrance that is not the regurgitation of the old ways and the dogmatic traditions. It is the celebration of the oneness essence that has stepped forward now, saying, I am here as the sea of neutrality, thereby inviting the extraordinary co-collaborative effort of all in the effortlessness of the presence of being. So the miracle you're about to witness, you all helped create. We were so blessed to have what would have been literally warring factions of indigenous tribes. We invited the world and those who came here live and those who were here in spirit. But what happened on the 22nd is a miracle and a declaration of what happens when sincerity, love, and presence come together. and that things are done because it's just the right thing to do. So bring a hand to your heart, and it's 2 minutes of real joy.
All right, let us share this with you.
There we go. Mhm. So that was our live music. Those are our local Kenyari musicians. The gentleman that you saw in the middle with the black shirt with all of those beautiful dancers from our local neighborhood was Yaku Perez, who stayed till after midnight. And it was a beautiful moment of celebrating unification among the indigenous for the common purpose of peace on earth.
It's important that we all remember that unity begins first inside of us. Right. To not be warring with ourselves, to not be judging ourselves, to bring the loving acceptance to your own beingness, to honor ourselves and saying, I'm doing the best I know how at this moment in time, and to set a sacred intention to keep lifting. And as we lift into that unification with our higher self, with our ascended self, the actions that we bring into our world radiate that unity. And therein, I think, is the magic of what has transpired here.
Yeah.
That the vision of a pyramid of peace came forward, and in the 99 days of peace, it manifested.
And this is extraordinary because let us not forget that it's 100% bamboo, it's 100% Ecuadorian. We brought together tribes that normally just throw ethnic slurs at each other. And they came together because they knew
danced together and they cared for each other.
And they sang every day. Imagine a world where right now, every one of us holds the highest for the ones before us at all times, only seeing your highest potential manifested so that all may be. We are so grateful for this experience. We are so honored. Tomorrow, please join us. We're going to be live at noon Pacific time, noon Eastern time, with our closing ceremonies, and all those beautiful people you saw there are still here. Our beautiful Amazonian elders that have never spoken before. And Ben, the one thing I want to share, I don't want to go over time, but we'll close with this, is that please, if you did not see our interviews with them, and some of them didn't broadcast because of the energy, these people are here with us right now because they are the last ones. And we have been so blessed that they have brought us the sacred trees to keep growing here at Tosa Blue Mountain. And there's so much more that is happening. This is eco-governance. This is our beloved Amazon and the Andes. It is the air that we breathe. It is the heartbeat from the center of the world. And we are just honored to share it with all of you. Thank you for being in this potentiality right now. We are
Yeah.
grateful.
Our hearts are truly expanded by all of the love and the commitment and the sacred intentions demonstrated to all the participants, not only the presenters, but we feel the people who were participating at home. What a wonderful gathering.
Thank you. We are grateful.
Oh, wonderful, wonderful. Teresa, isn't that amazing? And the music of the video, you can feel the spirit and you can feel the joy again, that just continuing to dance and delight. Shri and Kira are absolutely deep bows to you for what you've been able to pull together. By their fruits shall you know them, we've been told. And we can see and witness the fruits of your sincerity, love, and presence. Thank you. Thank you.
Many blessings. Have fun. Namaste.
They really embody
Wonderful.
that tenderness and joy, don't they? It's like that both, like you could feel like at any moment the choking up because the words are coming so true, and then the joy of the music and you guys' presence. Always, I notice that every time, like full of tenderness and full of joy. That's the most beautiful thing. Really beautiful.
Thank you for being such a beautiful mirror. You know, I'm gazing at your beautiful, beautiful concentric circles behind you, right? Loving this so much.
Yeah.
And you know, we have 3 labyrinths here. And one of our labyrinths is exactly that. And it's that beauty. So thank you for holding that so beautifully. It's just like so heart touching. So thank you. We're grateful.
Thank you. Well, let's take this standing in the fire of love together and do that with this Transformance by Gary Malkin, who I got to have the privilege of joining with every day for our Global Coherence Pulse, along with Julie Kroll and Dot Maver. And let's just, as this is playing, as these beautiful words and these images move across, let's stand in the fire of love together, and let's pulse the planet with our love and our care and this embodied peace. Let's do it right now.
Let's be quiet for a moment and drop out of our minds and into our hearts. Let's listen to the songs, the melodies, the tunes that our hearts play, winging their way from each one of us to each other of us. Connecting us, bringing us together. Bringing us into harmony with each other. Bringing us into love.
Special thanks to Gary Malkin, who just continues to just pour his love, him and Sarah McCrum, who just pour their love, and they offer so much up to us for those moments of contemplation and pause. And I also just want to say one thing about the Global Coherence Pulse, and that we had Dot Maver every day. We started with a global silent minute, and I think we should just do that all together, all of us, every day. Let's stop for a global silent minute, and let's keep infusing this energy in the field. Yeah.
Thank you, Teresa. And just quickly sharing a blessing on Gary's mother as well, who's going through her health. And Gary, I think, is probably listening in, is there with his mum now and attending to her needs. So we're with you, brother. Thank you for all your gifts and blessings on your mum. Scott.
Yeah, so, we have people like Gary and Ben and Teresa who've been, kind of with this community from the beginning. But our community is always growing, and there's always wonderful new people who emerge. And one of the most wonderful new voices, individuals that's come into our world is Anasuya Hallelujah. Let's all say that name together. It rhymes. Anasuya Hallelujah. And she brings so much love and so much passion into the world. Want to invite you to unmute Anasuya. And she is a wonderful channel for the mother. She, of course, it was part of a beautiful event that took place on Thursday, which I really enjoyed watching. Anasuya, thank you for being part of this world, part of the Global Peace Tribe, part of Peace Week. Thanks for being with us.
Beautiful. From Kristen's song to Becky's prayer, to all the speakers who've come and blessed us, to Teresa and Ben's guidance and Scott's your guidance, to everyone who's part of weaving this wonderful tapestry that we're fusing called unity. Thank you. Thank you for your presence. Thank you for your love. Thank you for your joy. I have a brief moment here and I will honor my time limit. So I asked Mother, what should I say? And so she gave me words to say. So I'm just gonna, as a conscious channel for the Divine Mother, in particular the Black Madonna, it was the Black Madonna who came through. I never know who's coming through because the Divine Mother comes in many forms, but today she came as the Black Madonna for this message of blessings for all of us. As we continue to not only celebrate what we have done these last 99 days, but for the next 99 and the 99 after and the 99 after. So here's her message. My children, for peace, embrace the darkness. Embrace the dark blackness that you have been taught to fear. Embrace the dark black mystery where awe is born, the source of reverence. Embrace the dark black wonder that is in you, that is you. For everything within you is in the blackness of my heart, of my soul, of my loving you who were once in the dark black waters of my womb. Oh, my children, to have peace, you must embrace the dark blackness that you have been taught to fear, to hate, to oppress, to despise, to enslave, to kill. You only kill yourself, for there is no white that was not born from blackness. There is no light that does not emanate from the blackness that is all there is. There is no you without the dark black wonder of my womb. For peace, know who you are as mine, my children, my beloveds, my heart and my joy. Know who you are and dwell in the peace of my love, my safety, my protection, that only a fierce mother, a fierce dark mother can promise and deliver. I love you and I will always love you. Know peace by knowing your Divine Mother has always been, is now, and shall forever be your loving mother. For peace, to have peace, come home to me. Come back home to me. Unity comes from our reunion. I await you with open arms, for our reunion is sacred communion, which brings union, pure oneness. The I am that I am is the we are that we are. Our woman.
Oh, thank you so much, Anasuya. I see Summer Joy writes that she has tears flowing down her face right now. And I know I see Kristen and Teresa and several others really feeling you and appreciating What a clear channel you are for the mother. Thank you.
Thank you, Unity Earth, for being the space for her to return and have her children recognize her. For in this reunion, we shall bring peace back to Earth. We shall bring heaven back to Earth. But we can't do it without her.
Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Thank you, Anasuya. Thank you.
Thank
you. Yes, the Divine Mother. Thank you. Well, beautiful. So beautiful. My goodness. Well, let's going to go now to some more beauty. I do want to acknowledge that Noreen, Eunice, and Romail Roy are here. In fact, we might just bring you up for a real quick minute here. I know it's very early in Pakistan, but to have you here is wonderful. So Noreen and Romail, if we can track them down, maybe I can track them down, and just bring them up. We want to acknowledge your efforts. We want to be, grateful that you are here with us, and also the work that you're doing on the ground. We don't have a lot of time, but we would love to hear from you, sister and brother, about the efforts and the work that you've been on the ground. The community is proud of what you are doing, and we're grateful that you are there and able to support the young mothers and the women and the children and the people in need. And we will continue to do what we can. But just if you have 1 minute, please to share with us, Romail and Noreen.
Hello. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. There's a bit of an echo, Romail, but we can hear you.
Thank you very much. Most of time we need only 1 minute for my explanation. But don't worry, I know that very well. All the friends are very in the list are talking. Especially for that, all the friends very thankful to you. First of all, we are thankful to all the friends and love and support in this time when the Pakistan are suffer for the big disaster, especially Unity Earth and Purpose of Earth and all the community. Very, very thankful to you for your love and support. And we have started the work going to the DG Khan, the area of affected Dera Ismail Khan, the city of KPK, and we have arranged the grocery package, clean water, and mosquito nets, mosquito, and women basic needs like pads, and start the medical camp, mobile unit, vans, and pregnant women. We provide the emergency. Also arrange the gynae lady doctor in there for the places. They are a big blessing for all the friends and behalf of your love and big heart. We are very thankful to you, and we are the family of Unity Earth, and we are strong because we have a big family like you. So it's all these things. We are very thankful to you, and working are also ready. So in the week we are going to Dera Ismail Khan and Unity Earth and Purpose of Earth distribute these things behalf of Christian Media Service. We are the collaborate for your love, and we are supporting for your support. We are distributing these things because lots of people, the like women and children, are still waiting for our hands and our support. So all the support, all the funds, and all the love, we are again very thankful to CMS organization, a big heart for you, and very thankful to you, all the friends.
Yes. Wonderful. We're with you, brother. We're with you. Thank you, Romail Roy. Thank you, Noreen Eunice. And we are with you. And the prayers, we're also praying for you. Kristen Hoffman has created a song. We will put that in the chat. You can share that with all of your network. If we can grab the link again and put it in the chat now. This song you can share with all of your friends. It's a prayer for Pakistan. And all of the money raised is going to go to relief efforts to send to you to do more work, to help more people on the ground. So Kristen, if you click that link in the chat, Romail, you can email that to all your friends and supporters. It's a beautiful, incredible, original piece of music written just this week as a prayer for Pakistan. So we're with you, not just with the funds that we can raise, but also with our hearts and with our prayers. So thank you. Thank you for being with us. Thank you for being with us.
Thank you very much. Again, thank you very much, all of you.
Yes, well done. And thank you to Sister Noreen as well. I know it's 5:40 in the morning or something, so we appreciate you being here with us. Well done.
No, it's our moral duty, because we are all in our heart, and we are respected for you, all of you. It's early morning. We are get up the 5 a.m. in the morning. Sunday start in Pakistan, but we are both ready for this meeting.
Yes,
whole night, a whole day we are working. Whole night we are working, and in the morning we are ready to attend the meeting. It's our love for honor of all of you, because we are all the family, and that's why it's our responsibility. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Ramal. I did want Lawrence Singer to come forward, but I think he's off video at this stage. But thank you for being with us. I want to acknowledge Purpose Earth again, because they're doing extraordinary work. When we talk about the embodiment of this impulse, this ideal of where we're moving, what the world to be like, the commitment it takes to get traction on the ground, what it takes to really actually embody this transformation. And often, very often, that shows up in the financial aspect. And so let's just take a moment to acknowledge Purpose Earth. I want to play their Purpose Earth Champions video. For as little as $7 each month, you can become a Purpose Earth champion and empower more incredible work that's been done around the world. Have a look at this and check this out. Magnificent. What beautiful, beautiful work. New world is being born. New world is being made. And all these things are a part of this landscape, the terrain of this new era. Eco-governance, Purpose Earth, the Hollow Movement, the Unitive New Narrative. I mean, there's so much here. Scott, you've got something about next week as well.
Yeah, it continues next week, a week from tonight, Saturday night, October 1st, on the Awakening World. We are honoring Purpose Earth. Rhiannon is going to be one of our guest speakers. We're hoping Lawrence can join us. All the fundraising will go to Purpose Earth. We'll be sharing some of the videos of the grant recipients. So everybody, we continue on. Join us next Saturday night as we honor Purpose Earth. And your friend, Tatiana Speed, is going to be our musical artist. And I met her through you, Ben. So, it's a beautiful tribe, and we just keep the movement moving forward. And there's Lawrence. So how perfect.
Hey, Lawrence, thanks for everything. Thanks for everything you do. Lawrence is the legal and the financial director of Unity Earth 501c. Does a lot of the payments and a lot of the book work and organizes everything. He's very involved in Purpose Earth. So doing a huge amount of work, like a lot of people behind the scenes. And, maybe this is also a moment for me to thank Derek Grimm. He didn't want to come on camera, but maybe listening in, for the incredible work that he's done on the Peace Week website and all of the websites. And also want to bring up our extraordinary graphic designer, Ayana, who does all the beautiful posters and everything that goes on, all the graphics of Peace Week, the dove that we use and is used everywhere, and all those beautiful posters. And of course, Irina as well, who's here, who works so hard. So the team that goes often behind the scenes does an incredible amount of work. And it's not always easy. We don't know we'd have a lot of time. I wish we had more time, but it's not always easy working on these events because there's so many people in this community, so many incredible, creative, wonderful people and things happening last minute, Teresa. We're doing our best. We do our best to hold a coherent space, but sometimes it's a bit tough and it's a bit challenging, but these guys get it done. And, I want to acknowledge everybody, in front and behind, the amount of work that it takes to pull this together. We've still got a bit to go. We're doing really well. We're going to hear from John and Summer Raymer a little later as they wrap up the 99 days. We have a message from Pookie. We're going to have some music from Kristen. And we're also going to be announcing the Unity Earth Champion, which we're excited to be bringing back. So there's lots of good things. Lawrence, did you want to say anything just in brief on behalf of Purpose Earth? There's a co-sponsor also of this event. Lawrence.
While you're looking for him, I just want to say I had so much fun tonight that I got to be a champion. I got to support Kristen's song and know that I was actually supporting Pakistan, and I got to support Becky. I just feel like, oh my gosh, there's parts of my money that are going to things that I really, really care about. Let's all do that. That was so much fun. Thanks for the opportunity, Lawrence, to do.
Yeah, and again, what she's referencing is Patreon. Patreon is how we can support our artists like Kristen, our friends like Becky. And what's wonderful about it is you make a monthly donation, and that way they know, okay, I've got this much coming in every month. And look, we all, they don't have a salary. And for those of us in the real world, having a salary, having a monthly income is really important. So that's why going to Patreon and supporting Summer Joy Raymer, supporting Becky, supporting Kristen, supporting Cornflower, these are all people that we can support through Patreon. So thank you, Teresa, for doing that and bringing it back into all of our consciousness tonight.
Let's just give Lawrence a moment to share anything you want to share, Lawrence.
Yeah, I think everyone knows Purpose Earth is a grant and mentorship program, and we give our grants to grassroots organizations who are activating change in their community, and we have grant recipients all over the world, and you can see it on purposeearth.org. I'm a mentor for 2 or 3 of the grant recipients, and it's really an amazing experience to be part of this and be part of Purpose Earth and Unity Earth and be part of this community. So the $7 a month donation to become a Purpose Earth champions, 100% goes directly to grant recipients. We've funded the operations already. So 100% of your donation goes to grant recipients, and you can follow the grant recipients. We tell stories about the grant recipients all the time on the website, on Instagram, and you can follow along there.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, Ben.
Thank you, Purpose Earth. Thank you, Ayana and Irina and Derek as well. Just incredible amount of work and lovingly done to put this on behalf of the whole. And all of the people, obviously there's Becky and there's people in the hub, Ingrid and Karen. There's just so many hands. It's an extraordinary thing. I want to acknowledge Olivia Hansen while we're here as well. I don't know if Olivia wants to come on camera or not, but as a sponsor to Spiritual Life TV, very generously supported and made possible Peace Week as well. So Olivia, thank you. And also Linnea Lombard and Rick, thank you so much on behalf of, Great Transition Stories as well as a sponsor of this event. So really, it's amazing everyone plays their part, Scott. Everyone plays their part. Everyone does their thing, whether it's volunteers or working on the team or sponsors or presenters or co-hosts or co-conveners or the room stewards or the Zoom techs. We all wear a lot of hats to go around. And obviously then there's the musicians and the artists and the thought leaders and the speakers and the ambassadors. Oh my goodness, it's amazing. What a community. Now, Unity Earth does have a couple of vision keepers. One of them is Reverend Deborah Moldo, who we'll be hearing it from in a moment. But Pookie Lee is out in ceremony right now, and she sent in this video. She was so excited about everything that's happened in Peace Week. She sent in this video, so let's have a listen to Unity Earth Vision Keeper, one of them, Pookie Lee, and her message.
Aloha, I'm Pookie Lee, and it's just an honor to be able to be with you here right now in this moment. Wow, what an exciting week, right? As we were celebrating and anchoring in peace at a profound time in our human evolution, right? No greater time than now is peace needed on this earth. And you know what? We're doing it. As we celebrated International World Peace Day, 40 years of holding the vision for peace. Guess what? We're coming up to it. Can you feel it? Can you feel it? Never before have I seen so many brilliant ideas, solutions to the challenges that we face as a humanity, as a one global family. These brilliant ideas that were coming forth around soil and water and war and oh my goodness, powerful. And what was the most amazing thing about it all was that it was informing each one of us that we had a role that we could play, that there was a part that we could play, and that it was significant. What we do matters, that there are choices that we make inside of our own households that have a big impact on the world. And we get to become aware of these things and change our behaviors and maybe implement within ourselves, like this vision too, that peace can be realized by 2030, which is something that is totally possible. If you've listened to anything that was spoken over this last week, my goodness, it just like it inspired within me, and I already know how it all plays out, but within me it inspired so much hope. Because there are so many of us that are working so hard for peace. So many that have been working for so long. You know, there are people that have been dedicated for decades to this vision of humanity coming together and living in love and everyone having what they need. Wow. And so I encourage you, if you missed any of the plenaries, if you missed any of the sessions, go back and listen because there are solutions there. There's solutions, there's ways that you can get involved. You know, like it's like this whole thing of, yes, think global, but go local, be local, pay attention. Like if you were just to pay attention to the people in your own community, right? And you were to serve those needs. Do you know what? If we all did that, everyone would be taken care of. Everyone. If we all did that. And I heard these beautiful things about modeling and like we do things so that we can model it for others so that they can see what it looks like to walk in the world in peace, what it looks like to be a radical lover, what it looks like, right? And we get to embody that and be that expression of that in the world, model that so that others can follow. So powerful. Wow. I mean, I'm just blown away by everything that was presented. You know, the dedication to Avon Madison, dedicating her entire life to peace. And then having the celebration, celebrating her life and celebrating 40 years of International World Peace Day. Oh my goodness. And then to be at this moment in the peace journey, to be at this moment where we're coming together in massive forces, you know, and I just want you to know that during Peace Week, if you're gathered in a circle like this, you know, This circle is multiplied thousands and thousands of times all over the planet right now. Right now. There are people that are gathered all over the planet that have the intention for peace, and they speak a language that you don't even understand. Right? But the reality of it is, because of technology, we were able to host people from different countries, and they were able to speak in their native tongue, and we were able to understand them in our own language. And so we could see how connected we really are all across the globe. That suddenly language wasn't our barrier, location wasn't our barrier. We're breaking down those barriers, those things, these illusions that keep us separate, that we think are separate, and we're not. We are not separate. We are so entwined with one another. We are so one. In the oneness, we are all relatives, not only of each human that's walking this earth, but of all of our relatives that are living beings. In this, we got to look at how is it that we honor and revere water, soil, air, right? How are we caring for these things? What are some of the things that we could do right here in our own homes that can make a difference? And there are so many. So I'm just so grateful. I'm thankful to Ben for inviting me here to be able to share. And like I said, I'm not with you, but I am with you. I could never not be with you. We're in this together. And so just like this circle is being held right now all over the world, these circles are being held. People are praying for peace, activating more love and compassion, bringing more healing to the planet. We can do it. You know, we saw the power that we possess when we unite together and with a common cause, right? We saw it over COVID. So if we can do that for COVID, can't we do that for peace? For all of us? We all benefit from peace. We all do. We all do. And so, wow, what a wonderful, fabulous week. I'm so happy that I have this opportunity to share some moments with you. I want you to know that I honor and I respect you, and I love you. I love you. And I know that you're doing amazing work in the world, and whatever it is that you're doing, it's enough. We are the answer. We're the answer. Remember that. We're the answer. It's not out here, right? The only thing that's out here is more of us, right? Right? But we're the answer. And just remember that as you anchor and pray for peace, as you sing about peace, as you laugh about peace, laugh about love, laugh about being together, laugh about this beautiful, beautiful world that we're living in, right? We could all use a lot more laughter in our lives. So, so I'm just going to end really quickly with a little bitty something for you about the way that we can make a difference in the world. It's so easy, and we all can do this. When I smile at you, I tell you I love you. I may not even know you, but I know that I love you. And if you smile too, you say that you love me. You say you love me too. Oh, this love. Oh, this love. Oh, this love is smiling at you. Oh, this love. Oh, this love. Oh, this love. Say you love me too. When I smile at you, keep smiling. Smile at people and tell them you love them. That's one thing you can do to change the world. It'll bring more peace. It'll bring peace to you, peace to your brothers and sisters, and get involved on a local level. Make a difference, right? It's the time. It's time for all of us to get activated. So blessings to you. and all that you do. So much love to you and your ohana, your family. May you live in love, and may you be free.
Pookie, we
You know,
love you.
Ben, she's all about oneness. And it was just interesting to notice that we have exactly 111 participants in the Zoom room while she's sharing this message of love. So I just had to point out that I love that synchronicity.
You know, and what's beautiful, Scott, about this right now moment is that Pookie couldn't be here because she's off in deep ceremony on a sacred land with a sacred community. And earlier at the gratitude ceremony of the nature elders, Arnie Edgner, Jean Fleury could send in a video as well because she's in a deep ceremony. And then we see that Aunt Darana Maria and her beautiful family, remember they stepped in with the family, but they're in deep ceremony with indigenous elders. So right now, this day, something extraordinary, something beautiful, something incredible is taking place. And we're just so privileged to be a part of it here. Well, friends, we are coming close towards the end. It's an honor now to introduce our next piece, which is since U-Day Ethiopia, Unity Earth has intermittently, spontaneously given out what we call the Unity Earth Champion Award. There's not necessarily a pulse or a kind of it's just, it rises in the field, and Deborah Moldo and Yanni Maniatis have been bestowing this award over the last 4 years. And it's a really beautiful part. Welcome, Deborah, and welcome, Yanni, to this, and the great joy we have of bestowing the Unity Earth Champion Award today. So what I'm going to do, well, let's make sure you can both speak. It's always good. And you can unmute Deborah and unmute Yanni. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull up one of the... a screenshot, oh sorry, a graphic that Ayana had made of the previous awards. Yanni and Deborah, welcome.
Thank you so much, Ben.
Thank you,
what a
Ben.
privilege it is to be part of this incredible 99 days of global unity. And to show these Unity Earth Champion Awards. And we understand that absolutely everybody here is a Unity Earth Champion. But we call this award the Keepers of the Flame, because in Ethiopia we did sacred ceremony where we brought together the torch of compassion, the torch of peace, and the light of unity into one flame of one love. So that's why this award is called the Unity Earth Champion, Keepers of the Flame. Yanni?
Yes, Deborah, and this is the eternal flame, that flame that was there at the beginningless beginning, whether it was a darkness or whether it was a light. It is that which sustains us all, and it is that which has brought us together again. And it's just so lovely to be able to be with all of you and to have this opportunity to honor some more people. So Deborah, why don't you just take it away, and we'll see where we land here.
Okay, well, it is our privilege to be the part of the team that chooses the awardees, and we can't wait until the great reveal this year because we're very excited. But before we do that, we are going to honor the previous recipients of the Unity Earth Champion Keepers of the Flame Award. And this goes back to Ethiopia in 2018, when our first recipient was the amazing Ambassador Muse Hailu, awarded for his outstanding contribution in the fields of interfaith dialogue, peace building, and social inclusion. Yanni, who is next?
And next, when we were in Toronto at the Parliament of the World's Religions, we honored dear, wonderful, sweet Pato and Antoinette. and they were awarded for the outstanding contributions of their worldwide musical ministry and for being beacons of spiritual inclusivity and love for the whole human family.
And then in 2019, we honored as a keeper of the flame, Rick Ulfik, the founder of We the World. Rick was awarded for his trailblazing work on 11 Days of Global Unity and his outstanding contributions to global peace building, interfaith dialogue, and social inclusion. And we know that Rick would be with us throughout every one of these 99 days if he weren't having some issues with his beautiful heart. So please keep Rick Ulfik in your prayers. Thank you.
Thank you, Deborah. And next, when we were in India in November 2019 at the Varanasi Convergence, our beloved Sufi brother, Haji Sayed Salman Chishti of the Chishti Foundation was awarded for his tireless efforts for world peace and unity through unconditional love and service. And the motto of his work is love towards all, malice towards none.
Then in 2020, Unity Earth journeyed to the Holy Land. And what a remarkable journey that was. So we had two honorees from 2020, and they were both group awards. So the first was to Echo Peace Middle East for their heroic and historic cooperative efforts to protect the shared environmental heritage of Jordanians, Palestinians, and Israeli.
And the second award was for the United Religions Initiative, Middle East and North Africa region, for the outstanding peace-building work of the cooperation circles in multi-faith understanding and mutual respect.
And then last year in 2021, Unity Earth honored our beloved Emmanuel Kunselman and Laura Rose for their outstanding service in the field of transformational generosity, support of change makers globally through Purpose Earth, and raising consciousness at a planetary level. And that brings us to a close of the previous awardees.
And now, Ben, would you like me to do a drum roll? Or Scott, do you have drums in the background?
Da, 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 da.
I will say it's a very prestigious list, isn't it? When you look at the people who and the individuals and the organizations who have been awarded this, it's definitely something that is, something very honorable. Yes, Yanni, go ahead.
Well, obviously, this wasn't easy to do. I mean, actually, we're very efficient, I might say. So I'll give us credit this time. Other times we've been a little less efficient. But we were very efficient, but it's basically impossible to choose one or a group of people for this, obviously. Because again, we are all keepers of the flame. We are all these brilliant lights. And actually, I think I'm going to recommend we have more than one award each time we do this. But anyhow, that's for another discussion.
By the way, everybody can unmute themselves. So if they'd like to respond to this once it happens, Yanni, please, yes, keep going.
Yeah, and so I'm sorry, I'm just kind of stretching this out a little bit.
That's good.
I think I'll just give the name, and then Ben, do you have the award to?
Yep, ready to go.
Put up there. Okay, so that's my drum, and we are so grateful to offer this award to our Unity Earth champions, Keepers of the Flame, for 2022, John and Summer Raymer.
Yes.
Yay!
Awesome.
Bravo! Bravo!
Awarded for exemplary leadership in the field of energizing teamwork among organizations, teaming up, heroic dedication to the good of the whole, and embodying the spirit of unity on earth.
And listening.
Speech.
Oh, God.
Amen.
Yeah.
What
Come
are
on,
you
John.
doing? That wasn't supposed to happen.
Bravo.
Yay!
Yes, it was.
Oh my God.
Nobody could say I wasn't supposed to happen, dude.
Well,
No way.
I was getting ready to thank everybody in Unity Earth and my amazing wife. Now you changed everything. Oh my gosh.
Now you can
No,
thank
you
your
did.
wife too.
You did.
You know, it's so well deserved. Let me say a few words, if I may. Just brother, sister, you really, the commitment to all of us, to serve all of us, is really amazing, and it goes so far beyond just the words, John and Summer. It's your life, it's your devotion, it's your dedication, your love, your commitment, your support, your generosity, your presence, and your determination for self-improvement. We talked about modeling. Pookie talked about modeling, but you really are modeling what it takes to do this. Because look, peace and unity, if it was easy, we'd already be there, right? We would have been there long ago. It ain't easy. It's a challenge. And it's a challenge not just to be creative, but it's a challenge to be self-reflective. And it's a challenge to be that which we want to embody. And you, brother and sister, are committed to that, whatever it takes. And you inspire us and support everybody. And even sometimes when it's tough, you know, even this recent insight about learning to listen, John, and we see that and we honor that and we acknowledge that your commitment to be better, but to be better, it makes all of us better. And thank you, thank you, thank you. We love you. And you so deserve this. Summer Rayma.
Oh my God.
Go for it, baby.
And do people know that Summer danced for like 24 hours? That she did this incredible dance-a-thon experience. And every time I tuned in, there she was dancing away. I mean, that is commitment. That is serious commitment.
Thank you. Thank you. Oh my gosh. I was like looking at all these faces of who I don't know, thinking was going to get acknowledged here. And wow, I really don't know what to say. I'm touched. I'm moved. It's like such a testament just hearing all the other people and thinking of like almost every single one of those ceremonies I was there for. And I just am in awe of all of the people that have been honored, you know, like, but to truly, like, I was thinking about, you know, Eco Peace, like being at the Sea of Galileo. Isn't that where he received? I mean, I was there and like witnessed the receiving of so many of these awards, and you know, just my love for this community and what all of this stands for, and what I would just say, and I remember Ben coming to, and Reverend Deb, so many of you came to dance with me, which again, it was like we did that. And I remember saying something to you, Ben, you said something's going on this week. And I'm like, yes. Like as I was in, I think I was like the, I don't know, 17th hour of the dance or something. And I was, you know, moving. And I just do feel like there's something that we went beyond the vision of peace on earth this week, these last 99 days, that I feel is a different level of doing and being and becoming. And it's just, I don't know. All I have to say is just I just am so blown away by what we all have done together. And I'm more committed and more leaned in than I think I've ever felt in my life to peace on earth, to, you know, just praising you all and donating to everything. You know, it's like really, really touched. And honestly, like, I just like, John, like, I just feel like, holy moly, so much of this goes to you, babe. Like, I mean, the blood, sweat, and tears that ever since we met Ben and Unity Earth coming into our life, like, I've seen you just, you know, you're there holding it up and behind the scenes. And so often, you guys may not know this, but John and I often are asked to come to places, and we often are asked to bring like light. That might sound strange, but the compassion torch. We brought, candles to Standing Rock for serving turkeys alongside Jane Fonda, for all the water protectors at Standing Rock. Like, I find we often are asked to come. So it's just really nice to be given the light, I don't know, just feels really, really special. Thanks.
Oh my God, guys. Best gift you could have given me, to bring that joy to my wife.
You two could not deserve it more. Because, well, so many beautiful, shining souls were involved in all of these 99 days of peace through unity, and in many, many other coming together opportunities that Unity Earth has offered. You have been there supporting all of it from behind the scenes and making so much happen, making the sine waves happen so that all of the efforts could get out to the world, and being in the spirit of selfless service for so many years. We love you both, and we didn't hesitate for a moment to choose you both as the keepers of the flame for 2022.
Wow. Oh boy.
Thank you. And like, seriously, this goes out to all of your hearts. This flame that was given to us goes right back at you. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. We can hear you.
Okay, good. I just wanted to make sure.
All right.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Yeah, I don't want to keep up. I know you got other people to share. So just to say thanks, Brother Ben, to serve Unity Earth, to have the Sign Alliance be a source for everyone's giving generously, like Purpose Earth guiding us. We're building the landing strip for the future. I don't know where we're going, but we ain't gonna stop. It is such, listen, I'll tell you the truth. I don't know why I was built this way or how the hell it is, but this has never felt like a sacrifice. I am so blessed and grateful. It feeds my soul. I have summer in my life. I'm surrounded by you. Wow. Onward, humans.
We love you, John Raymer.
Oh.
We love you, Summer.
Scott, I mean, the way we're generous with each other, it's a dream come true. This is heaven on earth. We're doing it. We're being it. Sensing this future emerging is our goal right now. And letting go and letting it go. Thanks for letting me publicly grow up as we adult together. Hope for me. There's hope.
I just want to say too, I really want to thank my ancestors, specifically my grandma, June Herget, who passed away 11 years ago today. On this final day of 99 days. I wish you all could have met my grandma June. And I just want to thank John Raymer's ancestors and all of your ancestors that we are here at this moment.
Guys, we're climbing out of this Zoom window into Electric Ruby and driving around the country. We're going to hug many of you. We're going to surprise you. You may not, all of a sudden someone rings at the door.
We'll come wearing face masks. So just saying.
Can't wait. Can't wait, John and Summer. And John, every time you say this is what peace through unity looks like, I think of both of you, I have to say. The heart and soul and steadfast commitment to showing up fully that you both bring to everything and all of us is so deeply appreciated. Bless you both.
Amazing. You're amazing. We love you. Now, John, this is your time. If you want to share anything, this is your moment. You might have been wondering why you were so late in the schedule. I wasn't sure when Scott sent out the agenda. I was hoping it wasn't a clue that you were like the Unity of Champion Award, and then John and Summer Raymer. But it looks like it wasn't too much of a giveaway. So
well, you know what? It's actually good for me because the less I need attention and credit, the more effective I am. It's just true. It's funny how that works out that way, right?
Yeah.
So I was ready to say thanks to all the stewards. We had over 150 presentations. Amazing content was generated by us. We're learning. We are learning together. And thanks to everyone who put up with the confusion and late stuff. But Peter Blaze wrote me a thank you. Remember, Peter wanted a
For
good
the schedule.
He sent me a thank you for the schedule. That was kind of like perfect.
It's a big box to tick. Well done.
Well, I love that. That was so sweet. So, thanks is what was planning to say. Of course, to you, Summer, what you did, it was so fabulous because, like, I'm super, technical in the thinking and the grounding, and Summer's being and blossoming and doing Under the Golden Willow for 22 hours dancing. And it was, we are such a fabulous pair. We love each other so. We have so much fun. I'm so blessed. I love you, baby. So anyway, landing strip for the future, learning together, renew by sing what's emerging. I'm open and ready to play like we've never played before. This is the craziest time to be alive. All of us look at the news and you got to say, what? Well, if we're all here, it's ours to do something special in this community. I'd hate to find out that it was ours to do and we didn't do it. We're doing it. Kristen Hoffman, oh my God, someone who loves you so. You're such a great sister. The two of you together, oh my God. We're coming to see you. All right, enough of me. This is amazing. Enough.
Thank you. And here, witnessed by the community, John and Summer Raymer, Unity Earth champions and champions.
Oh, wow.
All right. Well, that was awesome. Thank you, Yanni. Thank you, Deborah. Thank you, John. Thank you, Summer. And, we are, the honor of one is the honor of all, as our beloved Chief Phil Lane Jr. often teaches us. As he says, the herd of one is the herd of all. And so we're now going to go into some music. We're going to get close. We've got a couple of things we still need to play, Scott. But thank you, Teresa. Thank you, Scott. The Global Coherence Pulse and Awakening World. Amazing collaborative event here. And we're going to go in to hear some music. Kristen's going to sing us out. We do have a couple of things to play after that if you still want to stay around. But if you need to go, we understand that as well. Scott, Teresa, anything you want to say finally before we throw to our beloved Kristen?
Just let's, we're all in inspiration right now. We're all in inspiration from this week. But I just want to encourage everyone to make a personal commitment to themselves. What's something they've heard, whether it's from Teresa or Reverend Michael or Kristen or Ben, something you've heard, something that you're going to dedicate to carry on, whether it's slowing down and doing a moment of peace every day, whether it's noticing when we're having judgmental thoughts and turning it into a higher vibration. Let's just all make a personal commitment to ourselves of what we're going to do to carry on peace through unity for the next 99 days. And then we'll all have that wonderful week of rest and coming back to essence starting in the new year.
Yeah, beautifully said, Scott. And it makes me just kind of think about the tenderness and the joyousness again. And I really hope that we give ourselves time to really take in the tenderness and the deep sobs and the deep letting go as we come home together and we let ourselves be comforted in the field of this community and all around the world. And then from that place of letting go and forgiveness and opening and acceptance and all of it, that we really let the joy of who we each uniquely are shine out on the world, because that's what it needs most from us. So thank you, everybody, for being a part of this. I feel so uplifted and I feel so connected to life. I know we're gonna do it. We're doing it. We're being it.
Thank you so much, Teresa. Thank you for all of your wisdom and leadership in the whole 99 Days of Peace for Unity. Where we show up in Mighty Networks, there's 500 people in there now. There's incredible content. There's beautiful stuff happening in there. Thank you for everything. Bringing these organizations, platforms, initiatives into greater coherence has been a journey, and it's been an awesome journey. And you have been just so ordained to really be the one to facilitate that coherence among all of these different groups and organizations. Thank you, Teresa. We did it. You did it. And that's a good sign for the future, because it's just the beginning of what happens now. And it's really, really wonderful. So Kristen, it's day 99. You created this amazing song with the most extraordinary lyrics. Kristen and I had a session where she's like, what's this song about? And I'm just like, blah, 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 blah. War and peace through strength and peace through domination. It's got to be a different way. And then Kristen just took that dump and turned it into this incredible lyrical masterpiece and musical piece. And so many musicians contributed to it. I mean, it's awesome. And we're definitely going to push this far and wide when the 99 Days of Peace Through Unity rises again in 2023. Music video, we're going to really investing in our own creativity is something we're learning to trust. And investing in that, with our energy, with our resources. So thank you, Kristen, for all the ways that you have blessed these 99 days of peace through unity. You're amazing, and we love you. And we're so excited that we get to hear the song one more time.
Thank you, Ben. It has been such a great joy to both from the beginning, bringing the song through in collaboration with the inspiration and contribution of Ben and Quadro Spiri and Premique Russell Tubbs and Pookie and Bob and... Am I missing anyone? I hope I'm not. But anyway, I think I got everyone.
Eric Raboska?
Oh, yes, of course. Thank you. Eric Raboska. Yes, on amazing guitars. So thank you to all who made this possible. I'm so grateful that I've seen the song serving in some great ways over the past 99 days, and it may continue to just serve in our lives. And it was so fun to bring it in on day one, and now we get to usher out the 99 days, but keep peace in our hearts and growing with the song on the 99th day. So
and just in case there's anybody watching us on Unify, we're going to turn that off now, just because of the copyright challenge, maybe, because even though it's Kristen's song, Facebook, So if you want to keep watching, you want to check this out, just go to the1.stream and you'll be able to continue following along and enjoy the song. The1.stream, and you can follow it along there. Or you can go to Peace Week Facebook page or World Unity Week Facebook page, Unity Earth Facebook page, and watch us there.
Yay. And I want to say a huge congratulations to Summer and John, just celebrating your incredible work. And Summer, now whenever I'm playing this song, I'm seeing you dancing, and thank you for feeling inspired to use it during your 24-hour dance as kind of the grandmother clock of it all. So I'm envisioning that dance. It continues in our hearts always. Here we go. Sing along, you guys. It's for all of us. This is our song. Let me tell you about the lie we've been living in for centuries, millennia. They say peace through domination's justifiable while building up the arsenal. All the sages and wise men of the ages were guiding us to look within ourselves. But the fear's so divisive and the lies so enticing, we keep spinning this hell. Raise your eyes, you are the possibility. Nurturing love is the greatest remedy.
99 days of peace through unity. 99 days of peace through unity. 99 days of peace through unity. 99 days of peace through unity.
We don't all have to make the same choice to know respect and empathy. To be the change, gonna take a new mind frame of forgiveness, one earth and family. Shine your light, you are the future being told. Cultivating the seeds we've sown.
99 days of peace through unity. 99 days of peace through unity. 99 days of peace through unity. 99 days of peace through unity.
Quiet your spirit.
Taking it from here, Sister Hoffman, we give thanks to the Most High. Shout out to all the family conscious. We'll be traveling to higher dimensional fields of enlightenment, where life is the essence of existence. Peace to every soul that works to bring in light and life. The light workers, the mystics, ambassadors, and all from the four corners of the four waters. All the saviors among the many cultures. Honored to be the one to bring to you the light. It's morning, afternoon, or evening according to your timeline. The one that is the truth, and I'ma preach it until global unity becomes a reality, please. Yes, 99 days of peace we can have it in 99 ways and 99 places. Achieving global unity, brotherhood is key. Tune into the spirit, let your vibe raise. Blessings, blessings.
Lift your voice. Your unique mission is the key. Listen deep, and we'll all find harmony.
99 days of peace through unity. 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 99 days of peace through unity.
Just give us
99 days of peace through unity. 99 days of peace through unity.
peace through unity.
99 days of peace through unity. 99 days of peace through unity.
So beautiful.
Yes, we did it! Oh, I have to turn the reverb off. Here we go. Yay! That was amazing.
Now, at the end, I did not want that to end.
Well, you can listen to it again because it's online and dance your heart out every time.
Oh my God, we love you so.
Love you so much. Love you all so much. Thank you for everything each of you do. There's that part. I'm the worst at remembering my own lyrics when I'm not singing them. But it's about your own unique gift. It's a key. But every time I sing that, I'm like, yes, that's what it's all about. We each have a unique gift. I saw Sylvia there with the origami. It was such a beautiful moment. And Sylvia joins each month in my Sonic Soul family, and each month she's folding these incredible origamis and holding the altar, and we each have our way of contributing to this incredible tapestry of peace and unity. There's not a single being without a gift here. Not a single being. We each have great gifts, and we each have something to give. Sylvia, yes.
This is actually a combination of a traditional peace crane and the flapping bird. And this moment to me is about the mating of movement and tradition. So I offer this to all of us.
Wonderful. Thank you, dear family. Remember your gifts. Find your gifts. If you haven't found them, you've got them. And let them shine. Just start watering them. So much love. So much love.
Thank you, Kristen. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. What an amazing song. What two amazing songs we had today. That's Prayer for Pakistan. I tell you, that could be a hit song. And maybe it will be as the world rallies around to support I think that is just, you're just so gifted, Kristen. And then that 99-day song is awesome. It's awesome. So catchy. It's so catchy. We're going to stay on for some reflections because those of you who must go, please go with our good graces. Thank you, Kristen, so much for blessing us with that song on the way out.
Kind of. They just did the whole. It's like.
In fact, Karen, you there? Karen's chatting. I wanted to bring Karen and Ingrid up because they have worked so hard. And again, Olivia Hansen is here. I want to acknowledge, oh, there's Karen. Let's get Karen and Ingrid and Olivia up to start with. And just to acknowledge, you know, again, I said it before, John, you know, let's bring John Raymer up here as well. You know, just the work of so many hands and hearts. Like, once you start naming people, get into trouble, right? Because there's too many to name. But you know, Beth Alexander also worked on the website. Thank you, Beth, for all that you've done. Olivia Hansen, like a really major sponsorship of Peace Week this year. And you know what? I mentioned it before, and we'll come to Karen and Ingrid as well. But we didn't even ask Olivia. Olivia just stepped forward at one point and said, "Here's a very substantial contribution to Peace Week," and you know, just the spirit of that, the heart of that, the generosity of that, that for us, that just makes everything. It makes all the difference. It makes all of the difference. So, Olivia, thank you, and Spiritual Life TV, and thank you. And perhaps is there anything you'd like to share as we're in this closing gala from the 99 days? Let me. I think you're a co-host, so you should be able. I think everybody can unmute anyway. Yeah.
You know, my heart is so full of love and joy and peace. And I see I've frozen up. So, but anyway, yeah, so things are just great. This has been so wonderful. It's been such a success. And this group is just a shining light of group love and peace and joy, really, to bring the world together and to bring peace into the hearts and minds of everyone and help establish it on earth for all. So thank you all. This has just been a joy, hasn't it?
Thank you, Olivia. Your generous spirit, just the manner in which you are, and your dedication to what we're doing feeds our souls.
You're very kind.
Thank you.
So anyway, I love you all. Keep up the good work, and I'll be with you forever. Okay.
Wow.
Thank you, Olivia. Blessings to you.
Thank you.
You know, we have a little bit later, if we should stay on here, and this is sort of the after party now, but we've got something we're going to close with. For those of you who are still here, this is a little bit after some of the sharing, where we've actually put subtitles on Avon Madison's video. That really, it may be the last time we play it, because that video that Avon made before she transitioned on a weekly call, we've given it subtitles because every single word is precious, and we're going to listen to that before we close today. But our hub angels, Karen and Ingrid, oh my goodness, John, talk about generosity and presence. What did Kira say? When sincerity, love, and presence come together, this is what's possible. She could have been speaking about the hub. Karen and Ingrid, you guys are amazing. Please, what would you like to share with us, Karen? I think you should be able to unmute. There you are. Oh, hang on. There you go.
My heart is overflowing. This 99 piece has led to, most of you know I'm here in Jemez Springs. We're opening a wellness center. So for the last 3 hours, I've had this house full of guests. You can't see outside because it's all dark, but this couple from India came to cook food and nourish our bodies, and they've all been peeking in. They're like, "What are you doing? What are you doing?" And they were in the water ceremony. So it is rippling out. It is my honor to hold my heart in the hub for each and every one of you, and to support and uplift all of us together. Thank you for trusting me. Thank you for crying in the rooms together. Thank you for healing. And let's just keep going.
Yes, let's keep going. Ingrid, thank you, Karen.
You know, I was feeling like the aspect of biochar that was discussed throughout the different things and the combustion that happens and all those things that we no longer need. are being burned away on every level of existence. And those things that are bringing us together is the fertilizer, which is growing the newness of everything that we're moving into. And it's really exciting to see that it doesn't matter where we've been. It matters that we're here now and that we're here together and that we're moving forward. And I'm so delighted to be a part of it. I am just amazed, constantly just blown away by the presentations that people do, the gifts that people share, the heart that people give to each other, the joy that is expressed, the tenderness. All of those things are a beautiful expression of love in evolution. And I'm loving that I'm a part of it.
Part of it. John, did you want to say something about our hub angels?
No,
Was it great?
They say culture eats strategy for breakfast. Right? What we have among and between us is so precious. It's everything. And remember, Ben, when you made that point, well, I think it was years ago, that really the way we are with each other when it's all over is going to be our real measure of success. And that we have such real respect and appreciation and the loving support that Karen and Ingrid and those who came into the hub gave, and you, Dot, the calls we'd have with each other. I mean, you know, that's the win here. We made it through. We're in this together. Authenticity grants authority.
Absolutely.
And that's been, for me, the thing about the hub is so beautiful, that there was a place we knew that at least people knew, even if they didn't go, they knew it was there. If they needed to get help, there were people dedicated to being there in service. So I love you, brother Ben. Unity Earth has been such a gift to so many of us. It's changed our lives. And to serve you and to have this alliance be there in support of you, and for us to grow that and our capacity to serve each other this way. This is what peace through unity looks like.
I want to take a moment to, again, acknowledge those people who aren't on camera tonight, who aren't getting their names mentioned, who aren't getting attention. Each and every one of you, anybody who can hear my voice, we are all imaginal cells coming together, creating the butterfly of the new paradigm. And each cell is important in its own way. And some of us get lots of airtime and you know our names, but everyone is precious and everyone is equally important. And I just really want to remind us of that and thank all of you who are listening, who are participating, who are part of this beautiful community. Thank you.
Well said, Scott. Well said.
I also want to mention that Becky is also so key to what we do in the hub, that she has held our hands and taught us everything that we know. So, and continue to learn and grow together. And I know that she's with us in spirit, but I'm just speaking her name into the room as we are here together now.
Reverend Becky. Blessed. We're blessed. What a community. What a community. And also just to also echo, I think, a sentiment, Scott, you said earlier, and has been shared as well, is that, you know, we're all a work in progress, right? Here, people might look up to a Dot Maver or to a John Raymer or to a Kristen Hoffman and go, wow, oh, they're so amazing, or to a Scott Katamas or to Anna Suya and say, wow, they're so amazing. And it's true, they are amazing. And we're also human. And, you know, everybody's just at where they're at. So this is something where there is a deep equality. And most important isn't so much what somebody's talents are, but it's the heart, and that anybody can step into this. You don't have to have it all together. You know, did Danalia feel like she had it all together when she said yes at an assembly back in February? No, she was probably a fair bit of trepidation, but it's the quality of the yes is more important than anything else. God doesn't call the qualified. He qualifies the called, or she qualifies the called. But, you know, it's just about stepping in and saying yes. That's the only doorway you got to walk through. There's no other requirements. There's no other passport needed. It's just yes gets you in. Yes gets you in. So, Scott, we have got a message from the Venerable Dayani Wahoo, which you might want to play. Just a few minutes, a blessing
Sure.
on Venerable Dayani. I know she's been an
That
important
up.
part. Yeah, if you want to play.
Yeah, no, hold on a second. Give me a moment.
Richard, Venerable.
Go ahead,
Hello, and greetings to you here in the present and the future, and those who energize the vision and the accomplishment of this week of peace in the past. May the seed of wisdom, the potential of skillful action be revealed in everyone. I deeply appreciate all of the people who've come together, showing the power of united heart and mind. Resonance is a song, a dance, it is the pulse of life. And as we consider the preciousness of water, let us also understand the clarity of our emotions, that we have a clear vision, a clear intention to create a world of harmony and beauty through the many organizations who have stepped together to make these 99 days of peace a possibility. These 99 days of peace have become a seed growing in the hearts of the
We lost your sound there, Scott, I think.
our interdependence.
Back.
Life is something precious, and we are grateful for this. It begins with thought. All that we see has begun as thought. And so all around the world, many groups, many individuals understand the importance of putting our hearts and minds together, and have done so and made a commitment to pacifying the confusion and the aggressive thoughts, so that the waters may reveal the clarity of the open sky. And we also purify our speech, that we too may benefit the land and one another. So life is something precious, and the entire team who made this possible are dreamers who've planted seeds in the garden of life, and we who watch and participate in contemplation are energizing the actualization of skillful community. Water, mirror, emotion, earth, our sacred dance ground, fire that cooks and reveals, wind that conveys our thoughts, all arising from deep space, and we are grateful. May these activities of the 99 days of peace continue to resonate as a song, benefiting all in this and all times. Away ne ne ya away ne yo, away ne ne ya away ne yo, away ne ne ya away ne yo, away ne ne ya away ne yo. Yo no he a yo no legiskla. Yo no he a hayo hayo. Away ne ne ya away ne yo. Away ne ne ya away ne yo. Away ne ne ya away ne oh. Away ne ne ya away ne yo. Conceptualize a world of beauty, visualize, step forward and accomplish for the benefit of all. And remember the power of gratitude. We are grateful for the gifts of life. Wado, wado.
I noticed that Moses Stevens in the Zoom room pointed out our beloved Celestine Starr, who recently passed away. And I think it is important for us to acknowledge many of us have loved ones who have passed this year. A lot of people are leaving the world at this time. And so Summer Reamer had brought up our ancestors, and also wanted to remember our beloveds that are on the other side, guiding us, whispering into our ears, seeing our divinity, even when we can't always see it within ourselves. So thank you, Moses, for that reminder.
Beautiful, Scott. And that may be a good moment to bring in Avon one last time, one more time, one for old time's sake. And Venerable Dayani so beautifully said that everything begins with thought. And, this, where we are today, has begun with thought. Not the thought of one person, but the thought of many coming together. And so perhaps just as we genuinely do come to a close on these 99 days, which we know never end. And there's 99 days between now and the 7 days of rest, which is incredible, on the 1st of January. And of course, 2023, which is kind of year 3 for us in our journey, since we began in 2020. Well, 2023 will be year 3 since that turning point. World Unity Week will go to new heights and depths. And then the 99 days of peace through unity leading to Peace Week. And before that, of course, there's Enlightening Our Way Together, which John may want to talk about before we close, and the Martin Luther King 40 Days of Peace Through Unity. It's amazing, the stuff that's coming. But I just want to, for this time, to honor Avon, and one more time with subtitles, hear her prophetic words, and see, and let these words drip into your soul, because they are a path to peace, a pathway to peace. Let me bring it up.
Thank you, Ben. Well, I'm not in a very talkative mood because I've just been on so many conversations with refugees, and on the other end of the spectrum. But what is so true about World Unity Week, and then arcing that forward to Peace Week, is that peace through unity is very significant. And there is this very ancient wisdom, ageless wisdom that comes forward, that peace through unity leads to prosperity, to regeneration for all life. And it forms a triangle, a very specific triangle that has spirit at the center. And so this is, again, from ageless wisdom from, eons ago in the Upanishads, etc. But in a very practical sense, having just been on numerous calls with refugees from Haiti and Afghanistan and other things like that, other places like that, is that there's something that they can know is happening that is going to be changing the course of history, that is part of that change in the course of history, so that this illusion of separation, this, from the doctrine of discovery, from this, what has been inherited from that, and just from this understanding that we are all one humanity, and that their lives matter, whether they continue to exist or not, because many of them may not be here by the next time we call, because they're in such crisis, but that we are holding them in our hearts and our awareness and bringing them forward to their legacy, which will be peace through unity, and the understanding that practical actions of peace in a collaborative, conscious, unitive way is the only way forward. And when we take people who have a very deeply spiritual understanding, but become activists in a collective way, that this is the voice of humanity. This is one of the important, wonderful things about Jim Garrison and Richard Buckley and everyone involved with Humanity Rising, is they are an example of all the full spectrum of what humanity is doing in literally every aspect of humanity, and bringing it to the fore of consciousness and concerted action. This is what Unity Earth does. It's what World Unity Week does. But there's something about the aspect of the promise of the UN Charter. And next year will be the 40th anniversary of the first observation of the International Day of Peace, also known as the Universal Peace Day. And so the hopes of all of these people, including some of the children that I've been involved with mentoring, who may not be here by our next call, which just breaks my heart continuously, is that they know that we are carrying on their purpose in life. Because everyone that for the past 40, 50 years that I've mentored who've been from war zones or other places, especially young people, is they came in knowing their purpose. And every time I ask them, what is your purpose? They say peace. And peace is not a noun, it's a verb. Peace is an active, conscious state of concerted action that is for the benefit of all beings, and that includes all circles of life. And it's what, the indigenous ones have been telling us for so many thousands and thousands of years. But there's something about this convergence time, and I keep calling Kurt, and now it's you also, Ben, masters of convergence. But there's something about this divine timing. When something occurs in divine timing, that brings together an opportunity that is not going to be, if it is missed for a very long time. But because humanity has free will, what is so important is that this is the time for the overarching, this is part of what Libra speaks about. And I'm not an esotericist at all, or astrologer, but is where we choose the ancient Sanskrit meaning for Libra is, I choose the way that leads between the two great lines of force, which means that consciousness brings spirit and matter together, which also means that you understand that the apparent polarity of opposites, which are real in humanity, but the overarching will to good is that third factor that brings forward the synthesis. And that's what Peace Week is going to be all about. And the presage to that is bringing forward a unified consciousness in World Unity Week with all the different convergences that will be happening during that time, but bringing it into a one-pointed focus for those 8 days. And 8 is a very significant number, by the way. But this will be very, very important, because I think that when we understand our ability to respond, our responsibility for our concerted collective action for the common good of all beings, and hold in understanding all those that are no longer here, but we hold that in our hearts, and all the ancestors, etc. But that we are doing this for future generations. We do not know what the future holds. We cannot be attached to the outcomes. I knew when I was very young that I might never see what my assignment was come to completion in this lifetime. And I had to I've constantly had to live in that reminder. But it also connects with with what Kurt and many of us do connected with the UN, is that the UN is in its 76th year, but what it contains is a template of the divine plan for the unified souls of all nations, to come together in synthesis in a synergistic way that changes the course of history from a culture of war, violence, and separation to a culture of an enduring regenerative culture of peace that benefits all being and has a full spectrum of diversity in unity.
Thank you, Scott. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Avon. And you're right, it was so prophetic what she said on so many levels, so many of the things that she said, including acknowledging the people that won't be here longer or that aren't with us anymore, and for being that. I think it's a beautiful way to end an incredible evening, an incredible week, and an incredible 99 days. And we now begin our next 99 days, and then we will rest.
Yes, yes, yes.
Thank you, Scott. Thank you, Scott, so much. And you know what? We're not missing that opportunity. She said it so clear. We're not missing that opportunity. She's right here with us, and we're really doing it. We're being it. That was so great. I'm so glad Ben, you just embraced that. You took the time to make sure it was heard and took the time to add the words. Now I see Charles is asking for it. That will live on. Never forget, we can go right back there.
We took that very seriously, Dot. You know, and all of us did. And you're right, John. I feel the greatest thing I can say about the celebration of today and everybody here. You know, we've got we've got Kaylin behind the scenes here doing tech for us. You know, who does so much. He shows up for all the pulses and all of the plenaries. I mean, there's just so much. There's so many people that to acknowledge. But I think collectively we can say we didn't miss the opportunity, and that means I'm going to sleep well tonight, and you're going to sleep well tonight because we can rest. And I'll tell you one thing that really I'm proud's not the word, but one thing I'm very aware of is how present refugees were in Peace Week. From the video that was made on the West Uganda border of the refugees by Msigi Robert, who sent that in and made it specifically for Peace Week, to what happened at the House of Hope with the refugees connecting with the Rwandan refugees of Laurie Layden's connection and connecting them to the youth in Europe, that they will know that something is happening that will turn the tides of history. And that she spoke that into the space, and we responded and brought that together. And of course there's more to do, and we're just beginning, Dot. And yes, it's good today to take a moment and say, yes, we responded to that call.
We totally responded to that call, and we will continue. And you know, I agree with Scott, Ben, this was the perfect moment to enter Avon's voice into the field once again. And as Kristen just said, every time I hear that, I hear new treasures. What a gift. And I want to remind us that those on the other side of the veil, even though separation is an illusion, those on the other side of the veil cannot impose their will in the manifest world. They cannot interfere with our karma. They have to be invited. And this is one of the reasons the Global Silent Minute happens every day at 9 p.m. GMT, because in that minute, we invite all those on the other side of the veil to join with us. When invited, there is an army of goodwill waiting, calling on us. And Avon went home. Well, us too. Our whole theme for World Unity Week, right? We're coming home together, and we are helping to break or dissolve the illusion of separation, that there's a veil separating manifest world from subtle world. But the truth is, we have to make that invocation. We have to invite. So Ben, thank you again. again. And in this moment, may we just take a breath together and invite our ancestors and all those on the other side of the veil to come home with us in the manifest world, as we do indeed realize a culture of peace on earth.
Mhm.